Everyone. It's so awesome to see you here for episode 13 of Edge of Legend. I want to start today with saying a big thank you to Angeles for that amazing raid. For those that joined us from the raid, you made it perfect timing, top of the episode, so you're not going to have anything missed. But if you have any questions, put them in the chat, and if we don't answer them during the show, we'll probably answer them at the break, and I'm sure all of our awesome, lovely fans will talk right along with you. So before we go into a brief recap and get things started, let's do a quick round-the-table introduction to see just who the heck we are, what the heck we're playing, and what the heck are with our pronouns. What are they? So we're going to start with Ian.
Hey, my name's Ian. I play Woodwort, the gnomic druid, and we both go by they, them, he, him.
All right. Wonderful, wonderful. Up next, Sidney. Tell me those three things.
Hi, I'm Sidney. I play Ilona, the half-elf cloistered cleric, and my pronouns are she, her.
All right. And Mr. Michael Powell, tell us your name, your character, and your pronouns.
My name is Michael Powell, and my pronouns are he, him, and I play the human investigator, Rufa.
Wonderful. And last but not least, Kylie.
Hi, I'm Kylie. I play the Elven Ranger. Wow, that's how we're going to start this off. Cool. Shionabis. We both go by she, her.
Awesome. And my name is PJ. I am the GM of this delightful heroic train wreck. I play everything in between, and my pronouns are he, him. And for those of you that missed last episode or did not have a chance to see the recap video that we posted on our YouTube, a quick recap of what happened last episode in episode 12. So there was a lot of running around and doing these amazing tasks. They defaced a holy site in public property. They stole the finger from a magical elven senator of the town. They were there negotiating for peace talks, and then someone accidentally declared war and now has a coupon for one free war, you know, like you do. So, and that was, I think, somewhere before even the halftime break. So skip ahead. Shonibus got some serious drama thrown her way when she went back to cash into 3 favors, the 3 tasks, and got to watch her loved one of 1,000+ years ago as he slowly slipped away from this mortal coil in the bleaching hot sands of his ultimate demise and his tragic last words to an empty sky with a bleaching sun, which was, "Never forget that we loved and live when I could not." And then some weird stranger was throwing stuff away into an aqueduct and messing around with something in the sewers. These wonderful heroes saw this, said, "Nuh-uh, not on my block," and chased them down. Only then, through a spear tackle and Batman-style intimidation tactics, and of course, our favorite druid jumping into the aqueduct, Reed, a river of poo, was able to recover the thrown object and recover the individual. Grammar syntax all over the place. But the point is, as they're now interrogating this individual, his words, and where we left off last episode, was, "Unhand me, I am a senator." So that's where we're going to be starting off. Right here, right now, with Shionibus completely just deadlifting a human male senator by their collar. So without further ado, choo-choo, let this train wreck ride.
Oh, God.
Rufa looks at the party and for a second kind of just realizes something. Friends, where is Flen Woodward?
Great question. Alona's going to call out Woodward's name and hide behind Shonibus in case they accidentally did something illegal by assaulting a senator.
I think you hear a steps making the only noise you think would be made as someone who exits a poop creek with every step makes. Some sort of squelch. Yes, exactly. And then you hear, I think Woodward just kind of jumps into the conversation and says, "I got the bag." and just starts walking towards you all.
There's a bag? Like,
Well-
still dangling him.
He went. Is that the guy? Did you get the guy?
I got the guy.
As Woodward approaches, I'm betting he also smells like the poop river. So Rufa quickly takes out kind of a little hanky and just like puts it over his nose.
Yeah, you
Sure
kind of
did.
hear Morel have a really hefty grunt as he is trying to grit his teeth and bear himself against the stench. Just
Well,
Jonathan's going to take one
answers-
giant step back.
that answers one question. Now, Senator, he says that kind of like almost as a question. If you really are a senator, what were you doing throwing, what was it? Woodward, friend Woodward. What's in the bag?
Oh, well, I haven't opened it yet. Woodward then just takes the bag and turns it over.
all right. As the bag is turned over, and I'm guessing
Better
you're
not
giving
be kittens.
a little shake for good measure.
It's the unfortunate shake that a dog does, where a little bit of that wetness goes a little too far.
Yep. A little bit of that water goes everywhere. So as you shake the bag, you see kind of spilling out a very odd collection of things. First, you start noticing there is a series of dead rats and other dead small animals. They're soggy, of course, from being in the poo water. You also see a collection of weird accoutrement, weird things like it's like a broken glass bottle, a smaller burlap bag wrapped up with a string, and it's a bunch of odd colored sand. You see this weird sludge in vials. You see a bunch of really weird miscellanea. And then you see what looks like a pair of keys.
Rufa, with the napkin still over his nose. Well, I guess this would count as illegal dumping.
Oh my god. Speaking of Rufa, hey Rufa, does this look occulty to you?
Could Rufa use his ability to observe exponentially using the seek action on the contents of the bag?
Expeditiously? Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Do you want me to? That's the one where I roll for you, correct?
Yeah, I believe so. Against my perception, which I have a +7 with.
Okay. You perceive everything I've described. You perceive the keys, the dead rats, the weird miscellanea. Your brain, your mind palace is trying to break this down into cause and reason. You feel like, give me a perception. You give me a perception check to kind of incite this, or you can give me any other check to try to get the mental gymnastics, investigation per se, search, things like that.
Do any of this really quick before I roll? Anything looks kind of I guess illegal or anything? Because maybe I could do like a underworld lore, perhaps, or I just roll perception. What do you think, guys?
I think perception,
I
probably.
think perception, yeah.
I think having
It's your
I
highest.
think having that lore on the back burner when we start
Mhm.
questioning this guy would be great.
Okay, I'll do perception then.
Because he's a senator and we know he's involved in some underworld shady stuff anyway.
I got a 19.
19, not bad. So you were looking at all this and you're starting to kind of put together the math in your head. You realize that, sorry, my computer's giving me really weird alerts. You start realizing that there's one of two plans here. There's one of two plots. Either A, the key, or the keys, I should say, in this device or in this bag is what matters. And everything else here is meant to be a smokescreen, or that everything in this bag is important, and that is a very weird formula.
You know what? I'm going to use the ability now. I'm going to spend 1 minute to take the case.
All right.
So pretty much, let's see. Basically, I'm dropping for now, the whole orc thing to take this new case on, which is an investigator ability where whenever I attempt a check to investigate your subject, you gain a +1 circumstance on the check.
Okay. So now you're on the case of this weird bag of stuff in the senator.
I take the keys and I just kind of like jingle it. This looks pretty important.
Give me first of all, just make sure I'm giving you the right check. Are you jingling it for a reason?
I'm kind of doing it as a tease to the center, like, making it look like I know more than I do. Maybe a deception?
Right. I was going to say, yeah, up to you. Deception, diplomacy, intimidation, your choice.
I mean, they're all the same, really. All my bonuses are the same.
Kill monkeys.
Yeah, so I'm going to use deception, actually. I'm trying to make him think I know what he's doing while I have no idea what's going on, a.k.a. what I do in real life with everything.
Fake it till you make it. All right, give me that roll, my man.
I got a 20, dirty 20.
Yeah. So you do the thing. You're like, I wonder where these go to. And the senator is noticeably looking at the keys like the kid that's in trouble. And he's like, those keys are very important. You should give them back to me and let me go.
Oh, they are very important. But you did throw them away. And according to... Actually, would I need to roll this as a legal lore? Because I want to insinuate, because he threw it away, because we took it, it's actually our property now.
I will let you roll a legal lore, but while you're doing that, I saw Kylie's hand raised. Kylie, what's up?
So Shionobus still like holding him over the aqueduct is gonna like drop him.
Batman
as he's
style.
of course like, yeah. Like he's like, oh, these are very important. Like you should give it back to me. She's like, oh.
I would just like to point out that what Michael is literally doing is legal finders keepers.
Yeah.
That is true. That is true.
In the case of finders v keepers, the judges saw to back the defendant, i.e., Mr. Keepers or finders. I don't know. All right, so really fast, Shionibus, give me an intimidation check.
Bring it on.
Where are the keys?
I swear to Azamat, swear to me.
Swear to me.
Oh my god. Okay. That was definitely botched.
You merely adopted the poop river. I was born into it.
No. I was molded by it. I
was molded by it.
I didn't have dry, non-poopy land until 15 minutes ago.
10.
Thank God, because we are just. I told you, man. This today is a train wreck. All right, so 10 intimidation. Regrettably, the senator is not frightened. However, he's getting a little motion sick from the constant up and down he's getting jerked with. So he's just stop it. So, Michael, what was your check?
I haven't rolled it yet.
Oh my goodness, let's get that check roll. I mean, I understand that Batman reference that ran for a solid 3 minutes was like, you know.
I got 22.
Come on, who's not a sucker for Batman?
I don't blame you. 22.
Ooh, 22.
So you're trying to posit the Adelphon justification clause of misappropriated, reappropriated gains. otherwise known as the Finders v. Keepers clause precedent that was established.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks at you. He quotes precedent, this exact precedent I just said, and then says, however, in a court of Congress, we are immune to the courts of the law unless we are hereby tried as a citizen of the law, in which case, please.
Objection. Objection.
Object.
And he goes, and I'm pretty sure you're gonna be in some sort of trouble, at least with the municipal court with the littering and illegal dumping and all that.
He continues to say, look, can I just have the keys back? I'll go away. You just give me the keys. It's fine.
I'm gonna take the keys, about to give it to him, and then nope. Oh, friend Alona, would you mind holding on to these?
I take them from Rufa and I say, absolutely, Rufa. You know what? I think the Ice Queen would really be interested in seeing these. Don't you think, Shionabus?
Yes.
Everyone... Oh, I think so. I just left her house, so...
Or maybe the Senator Dominus and Senator... I'm blanking on her name.
Oh, Magistra Bellina.
Magistra Bellina would also be interested in this.
Everyone give me either an intimidation check or a perception check.
I'm randomly good at intimidation for some reason.
Nat 20.
15.
First nat 20 of the game.
Yeah.
Yes, Ian.
And I got a 23 on my intimidation.
I got a woof.
What?
Oh, it's a doggy.
Yeah, these were a gift from my friends. They're all Viking themed, and this one
nice.
was fun.
Heck yeah.
But what number is it?
20.
Oh.
That reminds me, I put out a call somewhere on Facebook. Someone posted this. It was all just a fan prototype, but they had a Green Lantern die set, and I was like, I want it. And they said, like, well, maybe when I make it, I'll sell it. And I'm like, you bastard.
That's mean.
Yeah, don't taunt me with something I want. So Kylie, what was your roll? We
15.
got very distracted. 15, 17, critical 23. Raise your hands if your roll is a perception check. All right, that's 2, 3. How many perception checks was it? 2? Okay, 2. Raise your hands if it was an intimidation check. Oh, I love it. Okay, so those who roll perception checks, you see the senator the minute you mention the Ice Queen. And with every name of senators that you actually can put out there, he is visibly shrinking and his eyes are like, they're getting so big it's almost audible, like leather stretching. He's just like, ah. And those who rolled intimidation, including Ilona, you can see he's getting blanched features, his hands are shaking, and he stops looking at Rufa and he starts looking at Ilona and he says, please, I beseech you, please, I need those keys back. I am in so much trouble. If I don't get those keys back, you have no idea. And then this dark light starts kind of crossing his face as he looks inward. You have no idea. You have no idea the things that are coming. You have no idea the reality that is most upon us. You have no idea what I have lost sleep over for the past week. You have no idea how much those keys are salvation.
Does it have anything to do with the gigantic orc and goblin army that's going to descend on the city at any moment?
Give me another perception check.
That is a 16.
16, you said?
Yes.
For all but a brief second, the terror in his eyes betrays him. And you get this feeling that even though he's saying nothing, you have just said the exact right thing. Yes, this is definitely about, at least to this man, the goblin and the orcs that are coming to mob this city.
Ah. Yeah. Well, we would know a little thing or two about that. So why don't you tell us what's going on and, maybe we can work together.
Or do we just take it to the Ice Queen and the Magistrate and the Senator?
That works too.
You treason, sedition, unlawful acts with an enemy aggressor.
And murder
and littering.
Woodward holds up one of the rats.
And he goes, no, I didn't murder those rats. I never murdered the rats. The rats were already dead when I got to them. Everyone knows I find the best dead rats. I never murdered them. They were already in the bag and they were dead. I did nothing.
I don't even know where to go from
I don't either.
You broke Ian.
I'm sorry.
Second time tonight.
The spirit just was alive and I had to do something with it. Sorry.
Unlike this rat.
Hero point.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Also, hero point to Alona for being scary.
She's learning.
And a hero point to Rufa for playing lawyer very well.
Yes.
Even though he's citing mostly like littering laws.
Hey, man. It's like they said in that movie with Tom Cruise. It's not sexy, but it'll win.
Very true.
Anyway, so
Nice.
Dead rats. Yes, that's where. Let's get the train wreck back on the rails. The dead rats. He tells you he didn't kill them. He just took already dead rats.
How does he react to the "let's work together or we'll tell on you" tactic?
Did you roll for that? I'm so sorry. I got lost in dead rats.
No worries.
Roll for that.
I did not.
Well, you're trying to convince a very, very scared man. So there's.
Did I also roll for that?
Oh, can you also roll for that? Of course.
Yes. Would anyone like to aid me?
I will.
Yeah.
I got you.
Well, now that we have a murderer on our hands.
And a litterer.
And a litterer.
And also, I will give Kylie bonuses to her intimidation check because she is literally like the lifeline to this guy.
I am on fire. I have rolled the dice twice, and I just got my second 20.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dang.
Incredible.
And
I'm
the
going to use the hero
wolf
point I
again.
just got.
I got a 26.
Ooh.
Holy.
Nice.
Okay, that's why is math so hard today? That's a dirty 20.
Okay. Awesome. So we got crit 20, crit 26.
No, not crit.
No, it's a crit.
Oh.
There's a fun little rule in Pathfinder 2 where if you get 10 over the DC, it's an automatic crit.
Yeah.
Nice.
Not about that.
Yeah.
You got it. We got dirty 20, natural crit, dirty crit, and Kylie, what you got?
Oh, I didn't know I was rolling. Hold on. Ooh, that's rough. That's a 10.
Okay. I'll give you a nice bonus for that. So say, because you are Batmaning this guy's life. So cool. So I want to hear the role play. Both of you give me like an elevator pitch as to why this coward of a senator should work with you.
Okay. When Rufa is threatening him, he's also saying, I do have another rendezvous with Master Dominus, Senator Dominus. He would be quite interested in this. And also, we did just come back from a ward discussion with the senator and magistrate. I think this is much fresh on their minds. And Cholobus, didn't you say that the Ice Queen herself was also interested in all this hoopla?
I mean, she does basically run this city, so
yes.
She seemed to be quite interested in the little war plan I had. And all the maps and letters that we have of this work.
Yes.
Camps.
Basically, Rufa is just kind of doing the thing where he's like name dropping like all the important stuff and events. He's that guy right now.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Alona, what are you saying? Yes.
Is going to take a note out of Rufa's book, and she's going to clock her non-existent fan. And she's going to say, well, you make a lot of really good points, Rufa, but, we're reasonable people. So if someone would be able to help us get more information about the impending doom that's facing this city, don't you think that we would, perhaps be able to help them out with whatever trouble they might be into for betraying their city that they're sworn to protect?
Oh, true. You are very right. But you almost forgot that you're the reasonable one. I am not. So it would probably bode well for this senator to appeal to your better sense than I. Kind of doing the whole bad cop, good cop type of stick.
You're so right, Rufa. Afra is the goddess of forgiveness and retribution, after all.
Yes, and I'm just petty.
Oh, God. Meanwhile, Morel's in the background watching all this going, I am being exposed to so many things today. Woodward, what do you say?
I think I'm trying to figure out Woodward's actual tactic in all of this. Considering he was just a waiter. His entire spiel was a waiter.
No, you weren't a waiter. You were a executive assistant.
Great. You know what? I think Woodward looks him in the eye. Well, stands back and looks up to get his eye. And he says, now you all know, or you know that we have powerful friends. And you know who we've talked to of late. Your name, whatever it is, I doubt has come up. Which means you're at the bottom of all this. And I don't think this is where you want to sit in this.
So the senator, Michael?
Yes, while Woodward's saying all this, you know what? I want to do a thievery roll on the senator to kind of pick his pockets to get anything like identification or anything like that.
Sure. Before you do that, Shionibus, give me an athletics check.
Oh, man.
Because to my knowledge, you are still like mid choke slam on this dude.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Hero point. Use a
Is it
hero point.
athletics?
Athletics, yeah.
That's a 3.
Drop him.
Yeah. Okay,
I was thinking about it.
So here's what I will let you do, because you're probably at this point becoming aware that your grip is starting to slip. Your forgive the gym nerd in me. Your interior deltoid is starting to get exhausted from the you're tired. Your bicep brachialis is starting to give out. So you can either drop the sucker or just commit and slam him to the ground.
Ooh. We're just gonna slam him to the ground.
Okay. So what I want for you to
really had to think about that.
Yeah. I will give you, because you're starting to get a little tired and you rolled pretty badly, you can get a -2 athletics check against his fortitude DC. Don't worry, this man has skipped every day at the gym, so his fortitude DC is not that high.
Right on. Okay. Yeah, let's just do that. You said -2?
-2, yeah.
Cool.
I think Woodward, he actually straightens up and he gets to cross his arms and for the first time looks down at somebody.
And justly so.
That's an 8.
And
you guys hate me tonight.
They do. Unfortunately, it's not enough. As you try to go for the badass choke slam, you lose your grip, it slips, and your arm moves, but he just plops down on his butt. The good thing, though, is that Woodward, you're still maybe a couple inches taller than him as you square off against him. So, as he's on his butt, if you still wish to try and rob him, Rufa, you can try. You will, of course, have some weird penalties because he's sitting on his pockets.
I'm going to still try.
Sure.
So what's my penalty?
I'll be -2.
-2? Oh, that's not bad. 21.
God bless. Okay. Yeah. So he's sitting on his bottom, but he's not looking at you, so he's not putting his weight to block anything in particular. You reach in and you take out what feels like a weird parchment. Now, after this is done, the senator continues to say, all right. Here's the thing. I would be very happy to work with you. However, you're going to have to stand beside me as character witnesses in the Senate and completely remove me in any way responsible for my actions this evening and for the past.
Throw him in the creek.
Oh, PJ. When he's saying this, Rufa kind of turns his back to him, so he doesn't see him with the parchment. He opens it up to read what it says.
As you do that, you notice the paper is written in Orcish.
God damn it!
Oh, damn it!
Throw him in the creek.
Throw him in the creek.
Motion Chonibus over.
Go right ahead.
Gonna walk up, hands crossed.
He motions and just opens the note and just, what does it say?
GM, what does it say?
What it says is, dear righteous loyalist, Lofin Sempris, you are the first brick that will pave the road for a new world order of peace. These people that call themselves your brothers of Adelphon refuse to obey the simple guidelines of decency and order. We recognize this and see this in you. We hope to see you in the glorious new world together. Remember, they are not your brothers. We are, and we cannot wait to welcome you. Signed, Geb Zebel.
I love this guy already. You can't be a bad guy and have that name.
Really cool. Really quick. Once Rufa learns about this, he stuffs it in his coat, and then in a louder voice, he's kind of like play acting loud, so the party knows that he's kind of making this up, but he's hoping this is also going to intimidate the senator. Sold. Loyalist. Lofin Simplis. You do not have much to bargain with, as we already do know your involvement with Gib Zabal. You honestly have no leg to stand on. I'm basically, maybe it might be a deception roll, like as if we already know everything.
All right, give me a deception check. We were interrupting something. We had something else that was happening previously before you were robbing him, and I want to get back to that action. I just can't recall at this point in time. Did anyone have any business before the robbing?
I remember. Okay, I am curious because didn't we see him throw two things?
Give me an intelligence check, basically D20 plus your intelligence modifier, to try and recall that.
I got a 21.
21 on your deception. Okay.
Yeah.
Ian, what was your history check?
I got a 17.
17. Okay, cool. Yes, you recall he threw the bag in the aqueduct that you jumped into, but you also saw him moving something into the sewers and then doing a bad job of closing the sewers off. It's not entirely closed, and he did this before he ran. So he shoved something in the sewers and then threw this bag in the aqueduct. So, Michael, your deception check, this guy, Lofin Sempris, he just he hears the name and he gets kind of tense. And he just says, I want to help you. I do, but I'm not going to put my neck on the chopping block in the name of righteousness, because quite honestly, these days it seems a little subjective. I'm just saying. Every day this is righteous. This is righteous. I don't know anymore.
Well, I'm just saying you honestly do not have a leg to stand on. And at this point, your best bet would be, as I know you have not hired Rufa yet, but as a consultant, a legal consultant, your best bet is to throw yourself on the mercy of the court.
Oh, I'm just putting this out there. We can change this. Yes, look. Desperate times call for desperate measures. They won't know I'm lying. It's okay. Well, all we have to do is we could just say, hey, there's a bigger threat. How do we know about this? It doesn't matter. And then we just go from there. Look, the mold in my legs are on the line here. Treason, sedition, the aiding and unlawful enemy of the state. I could be put in prison or killed.
Rufa looks at Alona, Chonibus, and Woodward. Are you desperate? Are you desperate? Are you desperate?
Really fast. I want to. Chonibus had her hand raised. Chonibus, what's up?
Chonibus is going to look to the senator and then look at Rufa. I will go find the Ice Queen then. And she's going to run off just around the corner and just stay behind the corner as if she went off to go find the Ice Queen.
Give me
to see if he can talk more.
Oh, give me an intimidation check.
But while she's rolling, so are you desperate? Are you desperate? Is anybody else desperate around here?
I'm doing fine, Rufa.
Morel's like, I could use a potato stew. That sounds really good right about now.
It does.
I could go. No, stew sounds good.
Yeah,
some leek, a little dill.
Yeah, something that really hangs with you. Alona, do you like potato stew? Oh, it's wonderful. Oh man, it's great to be with people that we have so much in common with. Yeah. How's that roll, Kylie?
What's the modifier again? Is it charisma?
Yes.
That's a 21.
Oh, damn. So as you run away, the senator, Lofin Sempris, just gets so, like, he's just at his wit's end. He's like, what do you want? What can I do for you? I've been trying to open up a negotiation with my side, and instead I'm just being met by constant threats and passive aggressiveness. What do you want from me? I want to help now that my ass is completely in the fire, but I want what? What can I do?
Oh, Rufa takes out his fan, puts the fan under the senator's chin, just smiles. Mm-hmm. Everything.
Okay, so he acquiesced. He just, you can see the blood rush from his head as he is just now bitterly cold in defeat. He slowly moves over to the pile of dead rats, assorted accoutrement, and the paper. Takes the paper. He slowly, with shaking hands from the blood sugar crash, opens it up, and he says, "Here," throws on the ground. "Here's your bloody, I don't know, what was the thing MacGuffin used to make all the time? It's one of those things that he makes. It's what you need to know. At least for what my job here actually is. All right, I can put a small, very small component in a magical ritual, the likes of which you cannot even comprehend right now. You actually strike me as very smart people. I'm just saying, though, this letter. All right, look. Read the letter, I'll tell you more.
Rufa kind of, now he puts his arm around the senator, kind of chummy now, and looks over to Alona. Friend Alona, would you mind checking what that whole thing is, while I talk to our friend the senator here, and as his arm is around him, yes, I perhaps we might have gone off on the wrong foot. You know, my friends, they are those righteous people that you were talking about. And then on a low whisper, but I'm not. So you, me, perhaps we could come to agreement. You stick with Rufa. You stick with Rufa.
So here's what I'm going to do. Because I feel like there's going to be two things that are going to be happening here. Rufa, I want you to roll a diplomacy check. Hold on to that number. Write it down. We're going to get back to that in a few minutes. Team 2, a.k.a. everyone else. You now have two pieces of paper evidence to look at. The letter that Shonibus basically deciphered from Orcish, and this new piece of paper that Sempris gave. Do you look at the paper that Sempris gave you?
Woodward doesn't read because it takes too long, so he's going to go over to the manhole cover.
All right, excellent. So now we have three things. Exciting.
With mush.
All right, with mush. You can either give me a perception check to search or a perception check to smell.
Ooh. Can I bid something else?
Please.
Woodward is a sensate gnome, which means he has imprecise sense up to 30 feet. Would I then be able to turn that into a bonus towards my perception?
Really fast. Is it 30 feet or 10 feet? I only know this because I did at the table yesterday, and I remember we were talking about Woodward smelling versus someone else's smelling. It's so weird.
No, I don't think that was smelling. I think that was Mush's burrow speed.
Oh, okay. Okay,
but,
perfect. So you can...
Sensate gnome, I have scent imprecise 30 feet.
Cool. Then I will give you a +2 to the perception check.
Take that perception check then.
All right, roll that perception check and then write it down and put it on pause.
Will do.
So now we're going to go to, I guess, the third party, which is Shionibus and Alona. You now have these two pieces of paper and the contents of the bag that Woodward's freed from a poo river. The other paper, and you guys are free to do whatever this information you want. The paper seems to have kind of a scratchy kind of language written on it. What do you want to do?
Shionibus walks out from the shadows.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Shionibus. Thank you for reminding me that you have been hiding very scarily. Thank you so much. So it's Alona. Now Shionibus walks out from the shadows.
Is it in Orcish?
Give me do you have the linguist skill or language, lore language, or linguistics? It's one of those two.
I have regional lore and elvish lore.
Okay, give me a lore check. Shionibus, what are you doing?
Alona, are you holding this letter?
I am. Would you like to take it from my grasp?
Yes, please.
Ta-da!
Is this Orcish?
Here's the thing. I'll give this to you. It's written in Orcish hand, but it's a poor attempt at Goblin.
Marinlay!
So you guys can try to do some checks to decipher it, or you can try to figure out where Marenle went, or Horba Bubba Boil, for that matter. Choice is yours. I want to resolve this before I get to their two checks.
Let's try to decipher it.
And yeah.
We can't. Let's make finding Marinle a side quest, because we really should find her anyway.
Yeah.
She's explosive. It'll be fine.
Yeah, to be fair, she's done better without us than before.
She
She only ran from danger when she met us. I just want to point that out.
She's like, oh, man. Yeah, it's like, oh, they're adults now. Yeah, you guys bring a very special breed of trouble. All right, so what do you want to roll for me? Lore. Roll a lore check. That's what I'm looking for. 24. Shonibus, what you got?
Nat 1.
Okay. So you guys are poring over this together. You're definitely realizing that this was written by an orc doing their best to write in Goblin. It's not very good. In fact, you can see some of the orcish words or like orcish spelling of things is coming through in Goblin letters. Let's see. You got 24, so I will give you the first sentence of this letter. After about 10 minutes of really trying, you are able to piece together this phrase. Move into Double Tall House Farm.
Double Tall House Farm.
And we're going to let that be the puzzle for that time. So now we're going to cut back to Michael Powell. What did you roll in that wonderful check as you're talking to Lofane?
21.
21. So you're becoming good buddies with this guy, right? Buddy with Rufa. Lofane just kind of sighs heavily and he goes, I might as well have a friend and someone, for when this gets to the sanitary, I will be probably stripped of all my powers by a majority vote. I will be denied further access to political houses. I'll have my title stripped of my family name and then thrown in prison. And if I'm lucky, I'll be executed.
Rufa kind of pats the center on the chest. No, do not worry. As you can see, when you are a friend of Rufa looks out for us, for his friends.
He grabs you by your clothes. He goes, can you get me out of here? I'll go with you. Anywhere you want to go. We can travel the world. I know people. I know places. I know things. I know most proper nouns as well. I can be anything you want me to be. I can do anything. I'm helpful. I'm very helpful.
Rufa looks down at the part of his clothing where the center is grabbing him and just simply says, you are wrinkling the fabric.
He lets go and he goes, he did a sheepish attempt at resetting the fabric. I'm helpful.
You be one of Rufa's little buds.
And I give you information, yes?
Rufa just...
I'll sing pretty music, but the problem is, in order to hear the music that I'm going to sing, I kind of need to keep my position in the Senate.
True. That's why you work with us. You work for us. You work for Rufa.
This is why Lofin Sempris, Senatary of Adolphon, now only works for Rufa in the best interest of Adolphon, but also mostly for Rufa.
And then Rufa just, for a second, whispers in his ear, and his accent kind of drops.
Mm-hmm.
Or you end up in the river.
And with that, he looks in your eye and he goes, I have no doubt. So long as I'm allowed to keep my station in the Senate, I swear fealty to Rufa and the information being bartered for my continued allowance to not be connected in any way to this event.
Rufa just pats his cheek and then back with his flowery accent. Good! And then he turns around and leads the Sempris back to the party. So me and the senator here, we have discussed a deal, and yes, he is going to be very, very cooperative.
I'm going to be very helpful and cooperative.
Yes, and speak when spoken to. And then Rufa just goes, and just with his fan just covers the senator's mouth.
And he just totally lets it happen. He's like, you know what? This is for the best. This is for the best. So now we're gonna jump to Woodward's.
One one thing right before that.
Sure.
Michael.
Mhm.
What is Rufa's alignment? Just real quick. I just want to check in on what's written down at the top of that page. Well, we can get past that right
True
now.
neutral. True neutral, actually.
True neutral. Okay. Cool,
Solid.
cool.
A super neutral.
Now we can get to the sewer. The sewer is great.
Okay. Oh, and by the way, Michael, hero point.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Hero point. Or anti-hero point? I don't know. Shonibus. Yeah. Don't worry, Shonibus. You're probably gonna get tons of anti-hero points too. I got you. All right, Ian. Now you with the sewers. What was that perception check?
26.
Nice to smell, right?
Yeah.
You smell the most fascinating bouquet of awful. There is fetid water that has been stagnant and rushing in the same place forever. Of course, there's the pyramid of waste that is just constantly being moved one way to the other. And then this weird subtle note. It's like a how to put it? It's like if someone grilled a frog in lemon juice. It's very citrusy. It's very pondy. But then it's got that kind of odd salty note to it. And there's this weird, it's very strong. There's definitely an abundance of whatever it is that's causing this non-poop related smell. It smells like, you said it was 21?
26.
20. It smells like, let's see, salty grilled frog with lemon zest. Is that a goblin you're smelling? That's a lot of goblin you're smelling. Yeah, that tracks. A kind of citrusy, slimy, froggy, burnt smell.
I think at this point, I don't know if he's alive or dead.
Sorry.
And
the look on Sidney's face, I apologize. The look on Sidney's face was priceless. Like she was tasting it, like. And I'm proud. Thank you. I'm giving myself a hero point for that.
There we go.
All right.
So descriptive.
I think so. Woodward doesn't know by that smell if he's alive or dead. So Woodward's gonna start scrambling. Life is important no matter whose it is. We don't know what this goblin did and who he was. So he's gonna like slide down the ladder. Whatever you do to quickly get down ladders. And he's already been into the worst of it, so he's going to go for it.
Okay. As you do that, you hear the familiar sound of a series of plate mail clanging upon themselves as the night light from the view top, as you're sliding down, is immediately eclipsed by a morel-shaped shadow who then slides down with you.
Oh.
And he says, basically, he's like, don't split the party, mate. And he gets down there and he goes, oh, this is a bad choice. Oh,
yeah,
no.
Bud, I headed this way because I've already been through it.
Yeah. Hey, look, I had to do something like this in training. But I figured you have a good head on your shoulders. You came down here for a reason. What was it to do again?
I think I smell a goblin.
Then I definitely came down here for the right reasons. Would you like me to lead the way, or do you want to lead the way?
I'll lead it. I think I may be able to smell it from here on out. But if you wouldn't mind being here in case things get a little hairy, it'd be greatly appreciated.
Sure, you have my shield just in case, little man. I'll make sure, little gnome, and I'll make sure that no harm comes to you. Everyone else, in a split second, you see Morel dive into a sewer with extreme alacrity and grace because he crit that thing. So now we're going to go back to Team Decipher This Mess. Yonibus and Ilona, what are you doing?
I got distracted by a bird.
Whatever the roll was, it was bad, wasn't it?
It was a 1, so Sidney deciphered it on her own. That's a real cool bat up there. Look at him go.
I'm gonna try and get Shionibus's attention.
All right.
Be like, hey, you know what's cooler than birds? Maps. Shionibus, do we have a map of the city or know where we can find one? Or maybe the outfit?
I guess maps are cooler than bats, but okay. I mean, PJ, the look on your face.
What? I don't know what you're...
The only map I have is of the orc camps.
Could we take a closer look at that map to see if there's anything about a tall double stack farm on the map that might be useful?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what this map is gonna do.
Double tall.
It unravels it.
Double tall.
Double tall.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. Give me. Gosh, hold on. There's a specific thing to roll for deciphering these kind of things. Give me a second while I do a quick double look.
Was double stack wrong?
Well, it was double tall.
Double tall.
Yeah.
I want to Wendy's double stack now.
I was like, I want pancakes.
I think you were thinking of the burger at the pub down the road.
I am hungry.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I might have to eat some double stack house farm after this myself. Okay, so you can give me a lore check or a perception check for this clue, the first sentence, I should say.
Okay.
I will aid you because I can't roll for nothing tonight.
Thanks.
You gotta roll to 8 though.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's not like some games they give it to you for free.
An 18. I don't.
I mean, the good thing is she gets a bonus though, so kudos.
Thank you. I also rolled an 18.
Yeah.
Hey.
So with the 19, you realize something. This is written for goblins, which means it's trying to speak to them in their unusual parlance, if you will. So you kind of realize a double tall house farm is goblin for a city. Linguistically speaking, the phrase house farm means a collection of houses, a grouping of houses. Double tall means it's really big, or at least bigger to them. So double tall house farm is their way of saying city. Move into city. There's another 3 sentences on this note. You can try to decipher it as you continue and understand the puzzle that regrettably is goblin speak.
I want to hear these sentences, guys. You got to do it.
All right.
I'm down for it.
Gonna keep plugging away. At this note.
Give me. I'm sorry. What's that?
And in the meantime, praying Marinlay comes. Be like, hey Afra, just throwing it out there. If you could get little girl, big booby stuff to come this way, that'd be cool.
Yo, Afra, it's a girl. Got a little question.
Where's the little one that actually reads this stuff? So what was the local lore check? Or I'm not the local lore, the lore check. Ugh, my brain.
I got a 15.
15. Ilona?
Just now, that was a 16.
Okay. As you're reading and discussing and like I said, Shionibus, they're trying to use Goblin, but they're writing in Orcish, like they're spelling Goblin words with Orcish writing. I'm describing it terribly, but the bottom line is
I think you're trying to describe English.
Yeah, pretty much. So the second sentence, let me know if you need this repeated to write it down. The second sentence is, patient sit until double tall mean greens say so.
Well, we know what double tall mean greens mean. They're the orcs, gigantic orcs.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So Oh no! That means the goblins are in the sewers!
I'm glad
I
you
mean,
pissed that together, Sidney.
did you figure that out, Kylie?
I had a feeling. There's no way they were just chilling.
So, Ilona, was that in character, that terrified realization?
Yeah.
Then I need everyone except Woodward and Morel, who I'm playing, to give me a perception check.
17.
Nice.
18.
Nice.
25.
Oh. So as you say that, as Ilona has this revelation, the goblins are in the sewers. You all look at Sempris, who has this look like he just got caught twice. And he goes, and he is not here. He is all about that bird in the sky that Shionibus was looking at. It's a very nice bird.
It is.
I will read you the rest of the puzzle.
Oh,
Yes, Rufa.
I was gonna say Rufa tickles Sempris' the bottom of his chin, and just says, "Spill it, spill it, spill it."
Your friend got it. No, she got her heads on the nails with the hammers of. Nope, she got it.
Anything else? Anything else? Anything else that comes to mind? We don't want. If we find out and you didn't tell us, Rufa will be very, very upset.
Ooh, let me at this man.
Come at him.
Rufa will let friend Chonibus have you for.
And here she comes.
5 to 10 minutes.
All right. Let's
Ready
give it
walk.
a trumpet. Yeah.
She's going to grab him by his collar again. She's going to drag him to the aqueduct and dunk his head in.
All right, he's gonna make a fortitude save.
Throw him in the creek.
Could Rufa just kind of yell over? Don't kill him. I have more uses for him.
So, Shionibus, give me an athletics check to hold your grip on this man as his face is now at least neck deep in rushing poo water, or just rushing bad water, I should say.
Oh, you said athletics?
Athletics, yeah. Are you okay, Sidney?
I'm fine.
Athletics, yes, that's correct.
That's a 15.
Okay, so thankfully you're able to keep a hold of this guy. Do you hold his head down there? Do you kind of like do the thing where you dunk it and pull it out?
Yep.
He comes out, and it's just, it is a Technicolor scream show. It is not pretty. And with that, he kind of loses consciousness. He critically failed his fortitude save.
God.
And now you have a
Looking at the disease chart.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's definitely got septic. He's probably, if he doesn't get treated, he'll probably have dysentery for like a week.
That's not so bad. For him.
Tell that to
For us.
Could be worse.
I could have
killed him.
He's got dysentery 1. Dysentery is not a status effect, but it's disease 1, but the disease is dysentery.
It's like playing bingo as diseases.
Yeah. Pathfinder, put it in the books. Dysentery. Special, I don't know. Anyway, moving on. So, Sempris is unconscious for, I will say, the rest of this RP scene. He is also covered in poo water. And the rest of the note, I will give you guys 10 to kind of decipher the rest of this note if you want to, or give the option of heading straight to the sewers right now after Morel and Woodward's. Choice is yours.
Michael, what do you want to do?
I was gonna say, Rufa motions Chonibus. Do you mind just putting up against this wall in this alley? I have an idea.
She's gonna like throw him, so he like slides against the wall. She's just done.
Okay. Lufa takes his wineskin, kind of, not all of it, just a few splashes here. There's kind of splash it around the senator, stoppers it, puts it away, and then takes out his notebook, draws something, and then just kind of puts it in the inner pocket of the senator.
Okay. If you wish to keep that a secret,
oh no,
please...
I could.
Oh no, like what the thing is you drew. If you want to keep it a secret, send me a private message.
It's just a little bird, and the word "little bird" under it.
Got it. Hold on, I gotta make a note. I gotta make.
He knows. He knows. I gotta
make.
It's not a dream. He knows.
I also love that you covered him in wine, so that if anyone finds him, like, oh,
why
not? Yeah.
He's covered in
fell in
water and wine.
It was a rough night.
Why the party separated? I would like, if I could so humbly ask Shionibis and Rufa to think about their actions before they meet up with the rest of us. And
how great what kind of actions we are doing.
What kind of a party we're putting forth to the rest of the world?
The best party.
Hey, you know what they say? You live long enough as a hero. You live long enough hero, you might become a villain.
Yeah. If you you either die a hero or live long enough to become a villain.
Yes.
Ian's like, I'm done. That's it.
I was like,
while Rufa's doing that, I'm gonna try and decipher the last message because that might be important before we head down into the sewer.
Would it be possible for me to aid Ilona?
Sure. Yeah, roll for aid.
Okay. What do I roll?
It will be a lore check.
Okay.
Unless you have specific lore linguistics or language, or if you have any feat or ability that lets you do that.
I got clue in. I got an ability called clue in.
What does that do?
Give her a +1.
Oh.
With all the information that we gathered so far.
Awesome. So you're just gonna get a raw +1 from Michael.
Yeah.
Sweet. That's an 18.
Okay. Kylie, were you helping as well?
Yeah.
You don't have to. I just thought I'd ask.
Nope.
It's a 15. If it does anything.
Okay. So that is a +2 total. So Michael and Shunibus / Kylie both give you ones. It's a +2 wherever your total was.
My total was a 17. So it's a 19 now.
Okay. I had to make a note about loafing. Okay. So I'll give you the last two sentences because you got a lot of help.
Yay.
The next sentence 3, says, many shouts, fighty kills. I love Ian's approval. There's an exclamation point too. So it's many shouts, fighty kills with orcish punctuation for an exclamation point. Yes, Michael?
Could Rufa also take his time also write another note and stuff it in the senator's pocket?
Hold off on that until we're done with this bit, and then we can totally do that. All right. So the next sentence says, big scare. And there's one last sentence. Let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
All right. Last sentence says, more gobs will join.
There's an ambush after the attack.
Oh, God.
So you can try and decipher this amazing goblin language to figure out what they're trying to say. You've already deciphered the first one, and you figured out that they are indeed in the sewers. Michael, you give me a quick what the note is that you put on the senator. Just let me know what the note is.
The note basically just tells him, he doesn't sign it or anything. He just says, if you wake up, send alert guards into sewer. You know why.
Okay. Very nice. Speaking of sewer, cutting back to Woodward and Morel. You're now walking through the sewers. Give me a perception check as your nose knows.
The one thing I'm good at.
Or a survival check. Sorry, a survival check as well. You are kind of tracking your way.
I don't think my survival I think my survival and perception are identical. They are. I got a 17.
Okay. After what feels like a handful of minutes, the smell of goblin becomes all the more present, all the more potent. You start noticing. Are you dim light, low light, dark?
No. If I remember right, sensate gnomes actually only have their scent.
Oh, excellent. Okay.
Yeah, he is completely taken the oh no, I have low light vision. Sorry.
Okay.
But I think I'm gonna go with Woodwart's story choice on this, that he is going with the badger's perception on this one. He's going with his nose to figure out what's going on.
Okay. Then I gotta make a perception check for a human in low light vision.
Great.
Here goes nothing. Oh, that doesn't suck. Okay. Gotta do math.
Math sweats.
Yeah, math sweats. Okay. So you're following your nose. Eventually, a very large, warm hand places on your back shoulder, kind of giving you the cue to stop. And you can smell the rich vanilla spice of Morel's beard oil as his warm breath kind of passes by your ear. And he says, I don't know if you can see that, but we should probably either consider a plan of attack or a plan of retreat, because that is gross.
I think Woodward kind of opens his eyes. Like, it's the first time that he's really trying to take in the scene at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And he squints forward to see what's going on.
As your eyes try to pierce the heavy, shadowy veil of darkness that kind of exudes and lives and breathes in the sewer, you see this odd, lumpy shape. It looks like it glistens in what little moonlight can break through to the sewer. It has random pieces of detritus, waste, bodily and otherwise, kind of pushed together like this rising and falling, almost undulating mound of mass, of organic and inorganic mass. And inside this almost scabby and pustule cocoon, you can see what appears to be a slew of goblins passed out sleeping, some in their manic fits of dreams, punching other goblins and then passing out again. Goblins waking up in terror, biting their goblin friend and sleeping while their teeth are still affixed to the wound. And this weird pussy thing seems to be some makeshift house that they have built for themselves. And from what little weird Kermit-like limbs that kind of randomly pop out of a hole, you can tell there's a fair number of goblins doing a patient sit many moon days, and they've been here for a while.
Oh.
It's just the disgusting episode.
This is awesome.
Sorry.
I'm for it. This is cool. This is like combining Eldritch horror stuff with classic goblins and orcs. I'm all for it. And this is kind of taking up the entire tunnel, right?
It is at least, so the tunnels are massive because they have to, their infrastructure around the entire city. Mm-hmm. This looks like it is taking up a majority of the underside to Felix Chance's temple. So it's at least the size of half of a floor. It's massive.
Wow. Okay. I think Woodward understands that this is not his fight at the moment. Mm-hmm. Seeing all of this and knows it's best to get back to the party. I think he kind of backs up and he goes, "Hey, Morel, Mush, I think it's time to get a scamper in. We should let the others know what's going on down here." And I think the noise of Woodward's, like, although be it like tiny body hitting like the leg of Morel just like clink as he's like trying to back up. As he stares into this thing.
Yeah. So you clank back into his metal boot. Okay, cool. It's not too loud. You can you have that horrible like 30 minutes in 1 second where the echo of that clank kind of reverberates in the sewers. And there's this heavy, pregnant pause as the goblins have this and they pass right back out.
Okay. I guess as we walk out, I have nothing that I could like set down for later, or I'm just looking through spells, anything I can do. I think I guess they just kind of back out. Just slowly back away from this. I don't think this is anything that Woodward. I think Woodward knows the fights that he can handle, and this is not one of them. He survived this long, so I think they make their way back to the ladder to tell the others. If they make it, can they make it to the top without any other problems?
I was going to say, if you wish to go in a hurry, like stealthing in a hurry, I'd make you make a stealth check. But if you are taking every ounce of time you can, I'll basically count it as taking a 10. No stealth checks will be rolled. It's just going to be a 10 plus your stealth modifier for safety.
Oh man, I have assurance and survival, not stealth. If you guys aren't familiar with assurance, it means that you're allowed to use a 10 no matter whenever you use the skill, plus your modifier. And I was like, oh no, I can just run out of here. Screw it. I think after the clank, they're going to take their time.
Okay.
Because he knows how much noise Morel would make too.
Oh, a lot.
Running out of here.
Oh, be so much.
Yeah. And I think it'll be Morel turns around. In case anything goes down, Morel turns around. Woodward makes sure that Mush is in between him and Morel, and he'll take up the back. Okay.
So Morel about faces. He is now the spear of the retreat. You are the flank. Mush is ever present in the middle. What is your bonus to stealth? Out of curiosity.
It is a 5.
Okay, no, that's fine. So they're unconscious. They have like so many penalties to an already bad perception. You are able to sneak out, but you take. Okay, so it takes about 2 minutes for you to actually get out of earshot, and then you can just run full bore out of there.
Yeah, I think if he knows that he can go, he's just going to book it.
Okay, so it's been, for you guys, it's been a handful of minutes, and then suddenly, first of all, where did we leave off before we went back to the sewers? I remember Shionibus was being super scurry and totally putting this guy in his place. And I believe Ilona was asking for a sewer map. What one thing were each of you doing? Oh, and of course, Ruf was putting the note for the senator. What one thing were you doing before we have these two people meet up with you?
I guess
in my
where they were.
Okay. What was that, Ilona?
In my mind, Ilona is trying to see if she wants to find Marinle real bad. So Ilona is trying to rack her brain to think of the last time she saw Marinle and where Marinle could possibly be.
Okay. Give me an intelligence check. And Shonibus, how about you?
She is probably standing next to Ilona, like arms crossed, still watching the senator, and then kind of like looking over at the map occasionally.
Okay. Thankfully, the senator is still very unconscious. If he does move, you can tell it's because he favors being unconscious to being awake. The map of, you're looking at the map of what, the city or of the orc war map?
Ooh.
Oh, I'm sorry, Shonibus. I apologize.
Oh, whatever map Alona is holding. Whatever.
Oh,
map that we
okay.
chose.
I see what you're saying. We haven't gotten a map of the sewers yet. My apologies on that. So give me, what is that check, Alona?
That's a 15.
Okay. Two thoughts strike your mind. One, you know that she mentioned her dad, Isowo, and you know that you met him in Cobbledale. However, you also know, too, when the morning came, she did not leave for Cobbledale's direction.
So she might be in the city.
Sounds like a safe bet.
Great.
Is it though? We're like just about to get attacked. Like safe bet. She could be here. Safe bet. Safe bet that she'll survive. Now I'm scared.
It's a safe bet she's in the city. That's not saying you can bet she's going to be safe. Those are two different things.
Yes.
Okay. Ilona is going to suggest a strong course of action for whenever Morel and Woodward join them, that they head immediately to either the Ice Queen, Master Dominus, or Magistra Bellina and get a map of the sewers or try and find Marinlay. I don't know how we're going to find Marinlay, guys, but we need her to blow up the sewers.
The whole sewers.
All of them.
Am I privy to this conversation?
Yeah, I believe Sidney said she's doing this once Morel and Woodward join, so everyone is together now at this point in time. Is that correct?
Oh,
yes.
All right. I think Woodward wants to say one thing, and then we will let the pontification begin.
So I think as you guys are maybe talking to each other, this is going on, and Woodward, he sheepishly kind of walks up to the rest of the group and, hey guys, so I found something in the sewer. Morel, I'm gonna use a term that I think best describes what we saw, and I'm not entirely sure if we saw a bloblin. It was like a lot of goblins, but in a blob. A bloblin? That's what we're going with.
Also, thank you, chat, for inventing the word bloblin.
Had to use it.
I love it.
I read it and I was like, done. But there's a bloblin in the sewer, and I don't know. Morel, how do you think we should handle this?
Morel, who looks horrified, goes, "Back in my nation, we had a word for this. It translates loosely to destroy entirely by fire. We don't have that much fire, though, so I recommend we alert the town guard or maybe one unified front."
Yeah, that sounds right. Just bloblins and fire. It sounds like the best bet we got.
If we had Marinlay, we would have fire.
You can kind of Morel going like, yeah, if you had Marinlay, you had a lot of fire.
Yeah, maybe if Marinlay's here, we could blow these sewers like an old still.
By the way, does anybody know where the little Marinlay is?
No. Rufa!
Yes.
We have to find Zashmaru. She's gonna know. He's gonna know where she is.
Who town?
True. So let us start looking at the cheapest tavern or pub.
All right. So are you guys looking for Zashmaru to figure out where Marinlay is?
Yes.
All right. Give me a quick survival check.
It's like a horrible game of telephone.
I love it.
I was wondering, could I roll underworld lore for city?
For what specific information do you want?
Where people like Zachmaroof would hang out. I would guess he's part of the underworld.
I'll say this. You've traveled with him enough to know he's a very straightforward, simple guy. So him and his entire network, like they may hang out in shady places, but that's just because that's job, you feel pretty confident that Zashmaru is either at a bar or already made a home out of some local garbage and a safe little place in the streets.
Okay. Then would society then work?
It's just to replace survival checks that I'm asking for?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll allow society check.
Okay.
So really fast. Shonibus, what's that roll?
9.
Oh man. We gotta get you into fights. Those numbers can hopefully get better.
Bar fights, let's go.
All right, we'll have a bar fight episode. Ilona.
14.
14. Ian.
22.
22. And Rufa.
12.
Oh man, thank God for that 22. So you're walking around the city. You're finding a lot of, homeless and derelicts, for lack of a better word. You finally go to Public House number 1, the government-approved hole-in-the-wall dive bar for all of Adelphon, or at least anyone in this major district. And you find what appears to be first of all, inside the Adelphon Public House number 1 is a lot of rowdy singing, loud and rowdy.
Mhm.
And you see a few of the dogs kind of collapsed outside in a drunken heap. And you can hear the unmistakable sound of Zashmaru singing, more like musical shouting, as top of his lungs. In one breath, he's singing like Odeyasan drinking songs, and the other one, he's butchering these Adelphon songs without a care in the world.
It's my boy. I think Woodward runs up to Zashmaru and brother dog, we need to find Marinle. We got Bloblins.
He looks and he goes, Hey, hooch hound dog number 2. Hey, brother, what's wrong? You gotta.
We need Marinle. We got Bloblins.
Okay, I have a lot of questions. Number 1, what's a Marinle?
Oh, shoot. Have you guys not? Oh, this goes back, way back. We had problems with introductions before. Did we not?
Look, a dog gotta know, man. You gotta mark it or let me know.
Awesome. Okay, Marinle. About yay high. And
All right.
Woodward, ends up gesturing to, right above his own head. She's 11, right? Or
I think she's 12. Yeah, she's 12.
Yeah, so just right above his own head. She probably running around with a goblin. Not a bad one though. That's hard to explain. Guys, help me out. What is help me on this one?
Could Rufa try to draw a quick sketch of her and just gives it to Zashmaru?
I'll tell you what, give me a performance check or a crafting check, whatever you feel comfortable with. If anyone else wants to try and describe this as Zashmaru, go right ahead.
She's a very smart, intelligent little girl that helped us blow up an entire goblin encampment earlier on our journey. She's small and 12 and smart, and she's glasses and crazy fun hair and
18.
a smock. She's wearing a smock. I'm trying to remember her character art.
For those of you who want to know what Marinle Logorunun looks like, please go to our Instagram page and everything else. There's artwork right there. This amazing character. Big thanks to Zach the Drac for making such an amazing character come to life. Anyway, so shameless self-promotion. What? Oh, that's your 18?
Yeah, I can't draw. My character can.
All right,
I will send you the character art to show on your phone.
I think, hold on. I'll see if I still have it on my phone and I'll put it out there for the world to see. But so you're 18. It's rough, but it's getting there. Kylie, really fast. What do you say?
If you met her or were near her and someone said her name wrong, She will make you say it until it's right. It kind of sounds like she's sneezing. You want to say like, oh, like Gesundheit, but she's not. Like that's her whole. Ian, don't with me. Like that's her whole name.
I have traveled parts of the world. I've been around, and I have found that there are a lot of people that want to make sure you get their name right. But 12-year-old girl.
Hold on. You've been in Cobbledale.
Yes.
Right?
I have. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know who Isowo is?
Is he the smart guy that has a business there?
Yeah, totally. Have you ever seen him with a younger girl? Young girl. Smart as he is, probably smarter.
Yes.
That's her. That's her. That's his daughter.
Okay. I kind of got a vague memory painting. And then Rufa shows the picture of Marinley, which looks exactly like this, by the way.
Smock. You were in Smock.
And once Rufa shows a picture of Marinley, he's like, my memory looks nothing like that. That's a better memory painting than my memory painting. And now the dog's got the scent. Dog is on the prowl. Hold on though. How much do I owe you? Wait, what? I still have 3 drinks left on the bar tab I paid in advance. Listen, guys, I'm sorry, but this is important work. I have 3 drinks on the bar tab. I have to drink or else I've wasted my money.
I think Woodward opens up, runs up to the bar and then gets on top of one of the stools so he can see over it. And then he puts out whatever empty containers he has. He goes, look, we're in a hurry and it's late at night. So I'm wondering if, I don't know can we get those to go?
You see Zash Maru kind of like hanging behind him going, hey, little man says drinks to go. We got to prowl. Do it. And the poor bartender looks like they are just at their wits' end. They've been handling a whole mercenary unit and their regulars. And they're like, yeah, man. Yeah, sure. Just give us the thing and we'll fill it up for you before you go. Just please get out of here.
I'll get him to leave. Here you go. And
good. He's been just punching people for no reason, calling it a game. I don't even know what the bloody game is.
You know that if you were part of it, you'd understand it, and I can't really explain it past that.
Sure. He's been saying something like punch, bleed, and I don't know anymore.
It's kind of an inside thing. I don't know if it's sorry.
And then to flip it up, he says something about Jink and Poe, and he keeps poking him in the eyeballs. And it's like, he's lucky they're bleeding drunk, or else he'd be dead by now.
Yeah, we're gonna take him now. It's the best time. You don't want to know about the third game we got. Let's just leave it at this.
There's more.
There's drinks to go.
To go. One more for the road. Whatever gets him out of here. Come here, Samuel. Thank you. They gave you 4 drinks, filled to the top, gourds to go. Michael, I see a hand raised.
Could Rufa also order a bottle of their highest proof alcohol, something super, super flammable?
I see.
Bloblins.
Yeah, and also some a piece of this, like a washcloth or a dry washcloth or something.
Yeah. Okay. So you ask for the strongest proof liquor you have.
And it's a washcloth.
And a washcloth.
Clean.
They turn back. Are you making a Gad cocktail?
I'm not making a glad cocktail.
Because the people at Gad, they like to take their really high stain, high grain distilled spirits and light it on fire and just start tossing it.
Rufa just adds another coin to the coin that he's paying it with. No questions.
It's not the last game.
Don't
worry.
He takes the gold coin and he goes, listen, I can only sell you the materials. I will not be responsible for any arson or burning that happens in the city. That is your choice and right as an Adolphon.
Rufa adds another coin. This never happened. You be
Good.
quiet.
Good. This never happened. Yeah, give him the Gad cocktails. Look, if you run out of the bad stuff, get some of that Asher spirits. The spirits from Asher. Just put the whole thing together. Good. And they slide these two big bottles. One is milky white, and one is crystal clear. They have a cap on, tightly sealed, and they give you 2 rags, and they just say, "Now get out of here and take this bloke with you. He's a great storyteller, but he's a shite person. Get him out of here."
Dogs, follow the badger. They just hops off the seat.
Zashmaru starts barking like a frat boy, and all of the other drunks kind of horribly get up, and they start joining in the barking, and they're completely aimless. They have no idea. So before this parade of drunk derelicts armed with Molotov cocktails, or the Gad and Asher cocktails, start doing something. Gad and Asher, 2 city-states in the Adolphon Prime Nation. Does anyone else want to do anything before you leave this bar? No. Okay. So Zashmaru, after the barking kind of dies down, hands up the picture that Rufa drew of Marinlay, and he says, "All right, dogs. I know we're kind of drunk. I know we're kind of sleepy. I know that I'm drunk and sleepy. Right, I forgot where I was going with this. We need to find this little girl."
Hold on.
What?
I want you to point this little girl out to us.
Oh.
I don't want you all running up to this nice young lady in the middle of the night. Listen, I know what you heard was find her, and what you need to listen to is point her out to us.
Okay, so listen up. There's been a change of plans. We are going to find, I know we're drunk, and I know you're sleepy, but we're going to point this little girl. And he points the picture, and the guy's like, "You just did it. No, stop being an idiot. No, you."
Hold on, Zashmaru. You know what?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it. I'll take this one. Just give me a minute. You know what? Here, and he hands him whatever he has left in whatever wineskin he has on him. At this point.
Okay.
Okay, dogs, listen up. I'm number 2. I claimed it because I said it. So listen here. We're gonna find this little girl, but I don't need any of you lot because you know what you look like running up to her in the middle of the night. I need you to point out to any of the other fine individuals of the party standing on this side of me. And he gestures. Well, yeah, great, thanks. Shionabis is really giving me that. Okay. Gestures to the smiling Ilona, Shionabis with a standoff, and I'm sure Rufo looking fabulous. And you all need to let us know when you find her and where she was at. It's simple. Seek and tell mission. If you see something, say something.
So Zashmaru kind of barges in over your shoulder and goes, "That's right, it's a speak and spell mission. You guys know what's up. You have to go speak and then spell back to us where this person is. Am I making myself clear? Sorry. Clear?" And they're like, "Probably." "Good enough. All right, dogs. Move out." And they start barking like, "Roo, roo, roo, roo." And then Zashmaru goes, "Shh, shh. It's late, and I'm already kind of hungover." And they go, "Oh. Roo, 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 roo." And they start spreading out. So what have we learned so far? There is a conclave of goblins. Hold on, let's make up some sort of weird collective term for them. There is a
herd of goblins?
I was going to say like a mushroom, but I feel like it's better for a collection of gnomes.
Yeah.
I got it. I apologize. There's a movement of goblins underneath the There's a movement of goblins living in a Bloblin, and the notes that you have has basically told you that more are coming and that they're going to have some stake when the other orcs arrive. You know that you need the brilliant prowess of a 12-year-old super scientist from Tozuku to handle the movement of goblins. And now you have the dogs going out to look for them. What's the one thing you're going to do? Say what it is, and then we'll go on our 10-minute break. So what's the one thing you want to do while these guys are looking for her?
Can I actually look to see, does like something like a matchstick or anything like that exist in this world?
Oh, yeah, totally.
So I was wondering if there's anywhere nearby I could buy some.
So you can create your cocktails. I'll say this. It's a little late at night, but you have a pretty solid feeling that if Marinle's around, you're going to have fire.
Okay.
Anyone else?
Ilona is going to pray. Ilona's going to pray real hard. Pray real hard to Afra and be like, "Hey, Afra, can you help the goblins sleep until we find Marinle? Please." She's just gonna go to her happy place and be like, don't
bless the cocktails, holy cocktails.
Yes, Afra, please bless these cocktails with destruction of our enemies and then not destruction of our not enemies. I don't know how you do things.
Ask her for the directions and make sure we don't count to past 3.
Yes. Yeah, the holy hand grenade of Antioch, please.
Thank you.
Anytime.
Give me a quick religion check. Shonibus, anything you want to do before we go on our 10-minute break?
She's going to look at Morale, say, "What do you think the third game is?"
Morel kind of looks at them and he goes, "I don't know, but I guess it involves property damage."
That's a good guess. Yeah.
Yeah, why? Do you want to play?
I know. No. But the first game sounded kind of fun.
What? Will you take turns punching each other in the face?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Well,
I've been in a lot of bar fights. I tend to win.
Shonibus, you look like a remarkable young woman. Remind me to never drink around you.
Oh, come on. It's fun to drink around me. Come on.
He gets very embarrassed and he goes, I'm sure it's very fun to be drunk around. I'm just saying, no games, please. No punchy games.
We'll see.
Ian, did we already talk about what you wanted to do while we are on break?
I think Woodward, I just don't think he's used to something this big happening this quickly. I think he's kind of in his own moment of trying to de-escalate his own mind. First Bloblin, then finding the dogs and having to deal with them. If there is any sort of water that is around, he's going to try to wash Mush off because I'm sure Mush doesn't look too good either.
Oh, there's absolutely fountains, public fountains available. So we'll say you're doing a quick bath, a little bird bath in the fountains. All right. So we have one action that was a skill check. Everything else we'll be getting back to in 10 minutes when we are back from break. So we will see you at 9:59. We love you. We'll see you in 10. Hello. I didn't see you there. I was totally just being smart and attractive and a good writer. But not here. I was actually doing that in the bathroom. So we're back to what? Oh, like you don't do your best work while you're thinking on the thinking stool. Anyway, we have come back to Edge of Legend, the second half of episode 13, and I grossly apologize for how I restarted the show. We're going to continue on with this amazing train wreck, and we're going to start off with the Alona religion check.
Yes.
So when we went on our break, I asked everyone if they had any actions they want to do specifically, and if there's a certain action that required a spell check, a skill check, I asked them to roll it. So, Ilona, you are praying to Afra. This is a quick little like, hey, if you could, maybe bless us a little bit and let the goblins be asleep. You start to get this immediate reassurance. And as you have this weird reassurance, one of the dogs kind of comes back and he goes, hey, hold on, I did it wrong. Hey, I found him, found her, found the girl, found the little girl.
Yay. Where?
She's... And he kind of points in this awkward diagonal angle, and he's like, that way. And you kind of understand that if you take a left and a right and a left, you're going to kind of get to where he just came from. And he says, there's a building. It is it's those buildings where people like live and work. It's a really nice place. There's a bunch of like weird plants hanging out to dry. They smell nice.
Yeah, I'm going to leave it up to you guys. This is city stuff.
Yeah.
Apothecary?
I don't know. I didn't ask. I just saw and I reported back. Mission accomplished. Hold on. Mission accomplished.
Fantasy Home Depot.
So, and are you going to the direction he kind of gave you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
oh, no.
yeah, we're going to go to a Fantasy Home Depot.
All right. In a few minutes, with these horrible directions, you find this nice kind of 2-story home. It's got this about waist-high metal gate going out to this quaint little door, like you're entering a garden. You see this walkway made of really nice marble and a bunch of grass everywhere. And sure enough, there's this awning, this kind of diagonal slanted awning made of wood reinforced with lamb's wool. And coming down from the awning, you see a bunch of plants not from Adelphon. And they're bunched up, they're tied up, and they're kind of being left out in the elements to dry and, kind of be used for other things. Shionibus, give me a perception, lore. Give me one of those. Give me one of those two.
That is a 14 for perception.
Oh, I'll give you one better. Give me a society check.
That's a 12.
Okay. So we'll split the difference. Call it a 13. You recognize hanging by the door to this house is this kind of amazing weaving in bright colors, the kind of bright colors that you cannot find in anything in Adelphon. No one here has these kind of bright colors. They have more of a dyed look. This is more like a natural look. And it's kind of woven in this very interesting geometric shape. And you know that you've seen these among the common people, and by that I mean non-elven people, in Tezuku. So whoever lives in this house, probably hails from Tezuku.
She's going to look at the group and look back at the door. Well, there goes nothing, right? Like, not say what she observes. She's just going to be like, interesting. Noted.
Okay. Ilona is going to knock on the door, hopefully in a polite enough manner so people don't get annoyed with her for waking them up in the middle of the night.
All right. So, was that Rufa?
I was going to say, could Rufa just be looking at the plants and kind of figure out the nature of what they are?
Sure. Do you have any skill check you want to use to roll that? Nature or
I have both
survival?
nature and medicine.
Okay, give me whatever one you want to do.
14.
Okay. Yeah, so you are sort of familiar with these plants. As you've never been to Tezuku, you are aware by trade. You can kind of understand that these are used for food and medicinal purposes.
Okay.
Also, hey, we got a chatbot. I think I just saw the chatbot pop up. So, hey, thank you for loving us so much. And if you're not a chatbot, if you're actually catching us and interested, thank you for the offer for artwork. Anyway, so that's what you see about the plants that are being dried. They can be used for medicinal purposes or food. Sorry to derail. I just wanted to. That's kind of neat. We got a chatbot or a real person who wants to do artwork. Either way, thank you so much. So someone's knocking on the door. That was Ilona knocking on the door?
Yep.
Okay. So Ilona's knocking on the door. Shionibis, you're at the door as well, correct?
Yeah, but like behind, like a step behind Ilona.
Okay.
Like staggered.
Got it. So there's this kind of awkward pause as you're waiting by the door. You can kind of imagine someone by the door in confusion, and finally there's a very quiet pulling of a latch, and the door opens up, and you see Isowo with a cup of tea, going, "Why are you waking me up at night? Do you want some tea? You can come inside and have some tea."
I just realized Ilona didn't have the experience that Woodward and Rufa did with Isowo, so she doesn't deserve to be this excited, but I think she's just excited to see a friendly face. And then she's going to say, I would love some tea.
Shionibis is genuinely confused of why Ilona is so excited to see this person.
And did you actually get to meet Isowo before? Oh, that's interesting. Okay. So he lets you in. The minute you cross the threshold, Woodward and Rufa, you see the exact same interior layout as his house in Cobbledale.
Man.
Is there a creepy door in the corner? I want to know, is there specifically a creepy door sitting off to one side?
There is. I'll say this. There's a significant door in the back, same door that you saw. And he's just sitting there having this like lovely tea. He's got a little plate. You can tell there's a vibe going on. Like it is chill vibe. He's got some music playing. It's very low key. It's like this nice kind of soft rhythm. It's like, how to put it? It's like if someone took a lo-fi hip hop beat and added some like this interesting brass instrument, a nice collection. It's like lo-fi hip hop, East Coast jazz swing kind of a vibe going on.
I'm into it.
Yeah.
Is the ground grass by any chance? Is there any grass, or does he have furniture this time?
You go into his house, you see furniture everywhere, but almost like an instinct, there's somehow this little patch of grass just there.
Okay. I think Woodward takes the tea because he understands it's polite.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not entirely sure he's going to drink it.
There's this nice incense burning, kind of like a sandalwood lilac. So it's kind of a soft, warm smell, with a bit of a nice, welcoming, relaxing fragrance note on top. And he just plops himself down in a chair and he goes, "Please sit. It's laid out wherever you guys are and wherever you are right now. So please have a seat. What can I do to help you? Would you guys like to hear a story? I just heard the craziest story from my daughter."
Hold on. Before any of that starts, we got a lot of questions. And somehow we're not starting with your house. Where's your daughter?
He reaches over to this little table, this beautiful little side table, takes a big sip. Oh, she's in the back. 1 second. Places it down. He goes, "Marinle Logorunun, you have visitors. We have to be polite and say hi." So that sketchy door in the back of the house opens up, and you see Marinle like opening it up and looking to someone just inside the room and going, "I can't talk anymore. I have to go because I have guests. You're making me rude. I don't know why that's funny, but it was nice talking to you. And Marinle like skips in and slams the door, and she goes, "It's my dum-dum friends."
Rude.
Not inaccurate though. I mean,
Compared to
You're right.
Rufo, what's up? You have your hand raised.
I'm just gonna say Rufo just is surprised, but just kind of takes a mental note, sits down,
does he drink tea?
takes a cup of tea, makes it look like he's sipping it, but he's not actually swallowing any of it.
Isowo chuckles and he whispers to you and he says, "If I was going to poison the tea, I probably wouldn't drink it first. Go ahead, enjoy."
Oh, Lona could drink so much tea.
I think Woodward is much less, is like not as subtle as Rufa, and just turns and looks at him. Like, just like, you saw that, right? Like that door, the door, right? Like she came out of it, right? And he just kind of turns back and he goes, so we need your help. We got Bloblins.
Okay, now I know of many different tribes of goblins, and I know the Taskmaster kind of genetic off branch of hobgoblins. Please enlighten me. What is a Bloblin? I want to know.
It's all in the name. It's real simple. So it's a lot of goblins in a blob, but they're kind of all one because they're in the blob. So we're just referring to it as a singular Bloblin.
I think I know what you're talking about. If I recall correctly, in Goblin Marinle, and they start speaking in Tezuka to each other. He goes, "I'm sorry, I hate to exclude you, but
if it's got answers, easier. We're good. We're good."
Yeah. And he says in something to Tezuka, and she goes, "Oh, yeah, you mean, well, translated into our tongue, technically it's housemunculus. But Bloblin, yeah, that's pretty accurate."
So we got one of those, but it's in the sewers, like of this city now.
Isowo kind of leans in and goes, "Which city are you in right now?"
Oh, shoot. You guys are all confusing.
Hold on.
Oh,
you said wherever we are currently, aren't you in the same exact place where we are currently?
Guys, his house is like Howl's Moving Castle.
I was just gonna say a TARDIS.
He leans back and he says, "Technically, I'm everywhere at one time, which makes keeping an eye on this little girl easy and difficult at the same time. So really, I have a house everywhere in the world. Problem, though, is knowing which one you're coming to."
Useful. Very useful.
And I do business all over the world, so, hey, makes life a lot easier.
Well, we are in Adolf Prime.
Oh, Adolf Prime. Yes. I remember when I was there, they had this lovely elven woman. She was very delightful. How is she doing, by the way?
I feel like there's a lot of elves in this city.
Yeah, that's not nearly specific enough.
At the time, there's only a few. I imagine they probably have migrated since the Open Door Passage Treaty from the North Steppes. Am I dating myself here? I'm sorry.
Oh, you mean the Ice Queen?
Oh, Bowen kind of got a little out of control, I see.
Okay.
Is this about her son?
Ilona looks at Shionibus. Shionibus, is this about her son?
Yes, it's the Bloblin about her son.
Oh, the Bloblin. Oh, the housemunculus.
Yes.
He looks at Shionibus and he goes, "No, right? That's not a thing."
No, I'm there's a lot going on currently.
Sorry.
The kind of predicament we are in.
Yeah, Voss ain't here. We left him in a creek.
In a papoose.
It was a river.
True.
Oh,
but
so
no, I don't think the Boblin's about Larian.
Oh, okay. So he's in a river. So you know about the sea wolf curse. Okay, great. Well, that's a good start. But also,
Wow.
I love Kylie's just like Kylie's like, what? So he goes, oh, you know about the sea wolf curse. Great, great. Well, God, that poor guy's been carrying that burden his entire life. So I'm glad
He's brought it up real briefly, but like I was so tired when he was explaining it. Can you explain it further for me?
I would love to, but I feel like it's really not my place to go into detail. It's kind of a mother-son thing,
Well, the Ice Queen, I just left her, and she's, how her and Valerian are. It's a pretty touchy subject.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. So, it would really you're really just the middleman, and I could really use you to kind of work everything out.
Well, I will tell you what. Please have a seat, have some tea. Is the music okay? Do you prefer something more regional? I like to kind of have more of an eclectic taste that reminds me of home, but also tells me kind of like what's to come. Anything else you guys prefer? I really want to make sure that you guys are comfortable. And then I want to ask what you need with Morinle besides the details on a Bloblin. I'm pretty sure you're going to want her more than that.
No, okay. As long as we have her, I think we can take out the Bloblin. We need to. So she exploded a lot of stuff before, and I think we need her again to do it one more time.
Isowo goes, 1 second. Morinle Logorunun, is this true that you blew up something?
No.
Morinle's like, yeah, I blew up at least one whole quarry. And he's like, were you safe? Yep, I went with my teacher. And did you learn something? Uh-huh, I did, of course. Okay, so what do you need again?
Well, we need to do it again, except a little less destructive because we got a whole city sitting on top of it. But we don't need this Bloblin.
They start speaking to each other in Tezuku. They're having a intense is not the word. They're not angry. But there's a lot of excitement, and they're pitching. It's almost like they're pitching something back and forth. You can see them thinking, and then he kind of goes, "Sorry, again, I don't mean to exclude you. I apologize. Sometimes it's just easier."
If it's coming up with a solution, I really don't mind. I'm more worried about the fact that the Bloblin exists.
Sure.
So if you come up with anything in the meantime, I'd be glad to hear it.
Well, first thing is first, you need my daughter's intelligence and expertise. So I kind of feel rude speaking on her behalf. Morinle, pull up a chair and tea like your dad showed you and talk to these fine people. And Morinle's like, I don't like tea. And he goes, just think what you want. You know how this works. I'm having beer. No, we said we're going to wait another 5 years. I'm having root beer. That's technically a caveat, and I will allow that. Okay. She pulls up a seat, sits down. She picks up a teacup, sips it, and goes, root beer. So
Woodward immediately picks up the cup and thinks of Hooch. Like immediately, he puts two and two together.
You sip it, and it is very clean, but very strong distilled hooch.
Good.
My man Rufa, what's up?
Rufa actually asks, perhaps you have Varun's Second Symphony movement in G minor with the cello, not the pipes.
Which movement was it? The second or the fourth?
The second.
The second movement. Do you want that on? You just want to hear that one movement?
The cello, not the pipes.
Do you want to explore the other movements from 2 to 4, or do you want to keep it in the second?
No, I always prefer the cello.
Oh, let me see if I have that one. He gets up, he goes over to this very crude device that seems to just be glowing with glitter and like kind of again like pulsing with magical energy. He does a simple like flipping and moving and turning some devices. The exact song you picked out with emphasis on the exact part of the song comes out. He sits down. He goes, I hope this is to everyone's liking. Turns out I had just the thing.
Thank you kindly.
Oh, so please, Marinley, talk with your friends. I'll be enjoying my tea and reading a book. If anyone has any questions for me, I'll obviously take them after you're done speaking with Marinley. Logarunun. And he picks up a book, opens it up, crosses his legs in a figure 4, and sips his tea while he's just vibing with a book.
I feel like we're in a bit of a time crunch, and picking music is taking us away from our objective here.
It's just set the mood. It's just set the mood.
I don't know if anything with a cello sets the mood for Bloblins. Rupa.
Well, this could be the first.
Okay, Marinley, how are you going to deal with this? Because honestly, we've got no clue.
She looks at you and she goes, burp. Adjusts her goggles. Okay, so first things first. They're in the, you said they're in the sewers?
Sewer.
And how long have they been in the stinky, messy sewer? How long do you guess?
For a few days, but that's just based off of a guess.
So house monkey can process, depending on materials and the insanity of the goblin, as well as the breed of goblin. It can take over about 5 days to solidify the house monculus into a vessel.
You said materials. Goblins. We learned that goblins believe in a poop god.
Gobulon.
Yeah, are they using all of the sewers to make goblins?
They're using whatever they can find to make what they need. Really quick, Michael, yes.
It's curious. Did the note that we stole from the center actually have any other details like time or anything like that?
Nope.
Okay.
Oh, the goblins are made out of poop. Of course. Of course they'd be in the sewer. Poop is. Of course. They're making more goblins with human waste because that's the world we created.
Was that in character?
Sure.
She looks at you and she goes, no, that's just a theory. That is just a theocratic theory based on the science that things come from their creators. No, they're not made from poop. They're made from house monculi in mating sessions.
Well, it was suggested that the best way to get rid of them would be to put it in simple terms, kill it with fire.
Yeah, that would do it. Because most of their bodies are made of some porous, disbalanced organic material. They'd be very flammable. And you did say this was in the sewer. And judging by the sewer, there's only a change about once per week here in Analphon during the weekend of the tenor. You see this giant, creepy smile, just kind of, and she goes, "So you want fire in the sewers?"
Rufa takes out the 2 bottles he got at the barn. Perhaps this might be helpful in the experiment.
Let me see. She grabs him. She pops open the top. She smells it. She gets kind of dizzy and she goes, 95% pure grain. Yep, that'll do. I can mix this with a few catalyzing agents. Ow, and then a coagulant. Yes. The fire won't stop burning once it starts. So let's try the other one. Not quite pure, but has a nice accelerating agent. When mixed with the catalyst, it should ignite quickly, although it will burn out quickly. This will have to be the fire starter, and that could be the fire liver. Oh, yes. Okay, so I'm going to need 15 minutes. I'm going to need my lab. Dad, where's my lab? Oh, it's in the back with the god. Right, with the god. So I'm going to get my lab, and I'll be back with a big 2-stage bada boom. But I should warn you, it'll be very, very big.
Well, hold on. There's a city on top of this boom. I feel like I mentioned it, but I want to reiterate. There's people on top of the boom.
It's not my fault the city lives on top of a gaseous methane-filled sewer hole.
And perhaps we could maybe install some sort of remote charge
Oh, you can put any kind of remote activated device you want. This bad boy is going to make a big bada boom.
See, you're going about this like Shionibus, and you need to be going about it like Ilona. Like, there's people involved.
Hey,
I just prefer not to be around the big boom, to be caught around the big boom.
are we not going to talk about the god she just brought up?
I want to save the.
That is another conversation. That is another conversation, I feel. For now, I feel this is more eminent.
You say my priorities are messed up? I would take a look at yourself.
Oh! Okay.
Marinle kind of goes, I have some salve if you'd like for your burn.
But hold on. How big is this boom?
Well, you have to factor in the kinetic energy that can come from two different sources. One being a catalyzer and oh gosh, I forgot the E word I used earlier out of character, but she would know. Accelerant. There we go. Well, by the accelerant and the catalyzer, that would be one agent that would make a fast and quick explosion. Then you'd have the second one, but with a coagulating agent, it would stay around. The big problem, though, of course, is the methane gas, which at this point has built up some pressure for quite a while and has enough room to grow. It's not going to be completely contained, so it means...
Marinle, I'm going to need you to take that all down and then explain it to me.
Okay.
So I need to know if this is going... Why am I the one trying to save the city? What? I need...
Well, you seem to have volunteered.
Yeah, well, none of... All you were silent and worried about a door. Okay. I need to know if there's going to be streets left.
True. Not too much surrounding damage would be preferable.
So we are looking at, like... With the materials that you've given me in my laboratory, I could probably go with 2 city blocks.
Not an option.
No.
Nope.
Smaller.
Nope. Question.
Not an option.
Question.
Small bada boom.
Would what do you call this? A homunculus?
Housemunculus. Well, that's how it translates.
Okay. Do they require oxygen to survive?
Define survive on oxygen.
To become a threat, to be much of a threat.
Well, you have to understand that their bodies are accustomed to many filthy things. So while oxygen is preferred, they have found a way to distill different gases, of course, non-lethal gases, but gases nonetheless into oxygen, like methane.
Would a way to perhaps maybe cause it to become inert or even dissolve? You know your chemistry. Maybe a solvent or an acid to melt.
Dissolving methane is not fun, but technically you could apply a filter.
So perhaps we could leave you with these chemicals for your own personal alchemical experiments and for you to deal with how you see fit, and you help us perhaps dissolve, melt, cause this Bloblin to become inert.
So let me make sure that I understand you. So you want me to not blow them up, but suffocate them with a methane filter?
Well, suffocate or melt or dissolve or take them out of the equation.
Hold on, I have to remember my goblin anatomy that I learned from Bubble Boil. Fire is great, usually. Just stop right there. Fire is wonderful. Okay, I got something. All right. Quick acting glue. It's activated by the gas molecules in the air, which in this case will be methane. The bubble, the glue will, of course, be kind of unstable. However, it'll still be viscous. So the methane will make the glue grow and bubble. And then eventually, when it hits a stable atmospheric level with the methane, it will harden. And then everyone there will suffocate under a mountain of glue and sleep like bugs.
How
under
many
ice.
Out
blocks?
away from it, right?
Yeah, no, it's. I can make a glue bomb in 20 minutes. You can make a remote activation or throw. It's going to take a little while, of course, because glue, growing with the gaseous methane inside of it's going to be a little while. So we can make a big glue bomb. Bada glue.
Rufa looks at the party. Does that sound more preferable?
Oh, wait. Are we asking if the glue is more preferable to two
Causing
city blocks
wholesale
being
mayhem
missing?
and damage.
Yeah. The glue's preferable, Rufa. Yeah, we're gonna stick with the glue.
Question.
Yes.
Answer.
What Woodward was asking was how big. My question also is the same, because if we flood the entire aqueduct of the city with this glue substance, it would effectively kill any other goblin encampments that we haven't found yet. However, will it affect anyone above that?
In character or out of character?
In character.
Merlette thinks about it, and she says, well, obviously, the glue is going to affect its general area of compensation, how much it's taking over. And if it affects the flow of the poo water, then it's going to slow down the aqueduct. And there may be some slight buildup in certain areas. If the buildup gets too bad, it could somehow get into drinking water, and then you'd get what I call poopy tummy, but also dysentery and cholera. And that's not fun, but it's treatable. So if we make it too big, we run the risk of poisoning a small section of the city. But if we make it too small, we will only affect the one homunculus that you are aware of. I don't know how many homunculi are available at this point in time. I need to know my test variables and my subject grouping.
Perhaps multiple single-use glue bombs.
It's going to take more time to reproduce the same formula, but under the same conditions, at least it's easy. I can do that, yeah.
Well, let's just take one for now, and if we find more, we'll have backup.
Okay. Because I have to make many, and it takes about 5 to 15 minutes to synthesize the glue bomb, and of course, because it's going to be more than a glue bomb, about 5 or 10 feet, it's going to take me about an hour to do 5 of these. If you want to go and have some tea with Daddy, you can. I don't like tea. I think tea tastes like bad water.
Yeah, I'm with you.
True. I do think we perhaps should go to Senator Dominus or somebody to at least alert him to the situation and the possibility of cholera or dysentery, just for a little FYI for his city.
I agree that we should tell someone of authority that there is a problem that we're trying to solve. However, I would like to nominate myself to stay behind so I can grab the glue bombs and whenever they're done. And also, I'd like to have tea with God.
Don't we all want to have tea with God?
This is starting to sound like a medical advertisement of like all the things that will happen. Yeah, it may kill the goblin, but dysentery, cholera, like all of the other problems are side effects, and I don't know if I'm for it.
I love it. Like, hi, do you have a problem with goblins in your area? Glue bombs from the makers of shoe bombs. Please come and enjoy them. Side effects may include horrible cholera outbreak.
Oh God.
Oh man, I'm really worried about this, guys.
So the plan, as I see it so far, Rufa wants to get back in touch with Master Dominus and possibly other senators. Ilona is going to hang back and get the glue bombs from Morinle when she is done making them in about an hour. I don't know what the other two individuals of the group want to do. Do you want to split the party? Do you want to go exploring in the sewers? Do you want to take a mission from the bounty board? What do you want to do?
Shonibus wants to know about this sea wolf curse.
You want to know about the sea wolf curse? Okay, all right. Isowo seems very awkward by it, and he keeps insisting that that is between you and Larian and Bowen, the Ice Queen. He says it's not his business to talk about it. But at least you have two sources in the sea wolf curse.
Oh, it's such an awkward conversation to bring up. All right. Ian, what are you having Woodward do? I'll follow after you.
I think Woodward has to, like, he's the only one willing to get into the sewers. Like, if there's more of these things, we don't know where they're going to pop up. He knows that he has to go warn Felix. Here's the thing. I know. But at the end of the day, there's innocent people in there.
Mm-hmm.
They may be willing to waste their money, but I doubt they're willing to waste their lives away from a goblin attack. So he's got to warn Felix. That's the first place he wants to go.
Ian?
I know. I'm not taking
any drinks. You know when Kylo Ren is like, traitor! That's how I feel right now.
Great, good. So he wants to head over to the Last Chance Temple Casino and Entertainment. And then take the sewers from there on out. This is a horrible plan and a great plan. I guess I'm just trying to find out if there's more Bloblins.
Sure.
Shionibus is going to follow Woodward.
Okay. I will say that when Morel hears this plan, he's immediately on board. He's like, everyone deserves a second chance. We need to have more information. Like, these people may hate me, but I still need to protect them from themselves. I'm here for this. So Morel is like without even hesitation, he goes, and I'm coming too.
Wow. Well, guys, I guess we'll head out. Oh, hold on. I think Woodward busts open the door, and he goes, "Dogs!"
You hear like the worst drunken chorus of "roo roo 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 roo" as a few of them start stumbling in.
Good enough. They'll know it when they see it. We need to get in the sewers. I need you to look for Bloblins. It's a lot of goblins, except, well, it's in the name. They're in a blob. And I need you to look, there's different names for them. It's a lot smarter than this, but we're not here for that. I just need to know where they are.
So the Brotherhood of Dogs just goes, Thursday night, and they just start going down into the sewers. They're not, shall we say, unaccustomed to going into the sewers. So they spread out, they start making this big dragnet, and they are going in the sewers. And they seem very, very confident in going down without being nauseous or sick. It's been a long day. Anyway, so the Brotherhood of Dogs is now in the sewers looking for other Bloblins in the city. What's next?
Well, I think that we're headed to the Last Chance, but I don't know what Michael's up to.
Okay, so I have Woodward, Morel, Shionibus going to the Last Chance to get underneath to the sewers there and also to warn people inside. Rufa, you're going to Master Dominus, right?
Yes, Rufa is basically going to Master Dominus. He's not going to waste any time really to discuss anything. He's more like he's going to write a note and give it to the assistant to make sure it goes to Master Dominus with kind of like the urgent read now, everything bullet point, and then go back to the house and back up Ilona with the bombs.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna just skip ahead. You do that.
Yeah,
the note is there. You actually see Master Dominus take it. And he walks out because he is actually prepping for his time on the Senate floor tomorrow morning. Because it's still about maybe 11 o'clock at night on the same day. So it's getting late.
Night ever.
It's a long, yeah. So when you get back, Shionibus, Woodward, and Morel, give me survival checks or perception checks to search or track. First of all, you're going into the temple, yes?
Yeah.
Sorry, so I skipped too much ahead.
I think we'd be going to the temple.
Okay.
Just to warn Felix.
Yeah, so go ahead and you enter the temple. You see Felix is currently chatting up what looks like a few people, a few practitioners, if you will. And everyone's having a great time. Everyone is very happy. Even if they're losing money, they're still having a wonderful time.
I think Woodward just kind of walks into the place. He doesn't have money to spend, so he's not lured by gambling. And walks up to Felix and says, "Hey, can I can real quick, can I talk to you for a second?"
You see him going like, "All right, now you guys continue to enjoy your night. If you need anything else, don't worry. You've lost all your money. Food and drinks around the house, eh? All right, get home safely." Sure. But
yeah, I know. I came in, I'm busting in. Yeah, I know, I get it. Okay, hold on. You got Bloblins. Like you got at least one Bloblin underneath your casino.
I'm terribly out of character.
I'm sorry, I lost it.
Sorry, I love it when a player breaks his own joke. That is
okay.
So Felix Chance sees you like, you got Bloblins, and he's like, is that like some sort of like a fungal infection?
Yeah, whatever you're imagining is worse than that, and it's in your sewer. So I'm worried. We don't know what it is. It's a bunch of goblins in a blob. It's in the name. I've been saying it all night. If we don't know.
Sorry. So he hears this. He hears these. You got Bloblins, goblins, Bloblins. It's all in the name. He hears that and he goes, "All right. Then let me ask you this. Then, what you supposing I be doing about it? Do you want me to get down there in the sewers and get me clothes all mucky?"
No, I know you're not going to do that, but you're going to want to call dumb luck on your side on this one, friend, because I'm not entirely sure they're not going to come raiding your place.
Well, if you ever want to see a true spectacle, I recommend getting your popcorn ready when a bunch of goblins come into my bar, casino, temple. My temple to the dear and wonderful god of Kioma. Speaking of which, hey, Shionibus, it's been a wee long time since I saw you.
We got what we did. We got done what we could. It sounds like he knows what's going on here. Right. We should go.
Yeah, hey, well, before you leave, though, you have at least 800 of me gold. So you want to try and test your luck to see if we walk out with 1,200.
She's like trying so hard not to punch this man. And as soon as she hears Woodward, she's like, and just turns around and walks out.
That 800 will be one hell of a bar tab somewhere else, my friend. You got goblins. I was here to tell you that, and I gotta go.
Yeah, you hear Morel just go, like salute, like, right, Bloblins. What the little man said. Reinforce you, bloody hell. And he leaves. And as you guys cross the threshold out, you hear this kind of sickening, almost kind of sarcastic, "Good luck, mate."
Ooh. About to throw hands right now.
So you leave Felix Chance's temple. You've warned him that he's got a bad case of Bloblins in the sewers. He doesn't seem all that. He's kind of nonplussed about it. Morel is just kind of like, so that was weird. That was kind of awkward.
Yeah, I mean, looking back on it, hindsight's 2020. Probably didn't need to warn him, but we're here now, and we're just going to keep moving forward.
Right, are we going to go back down into the sewers, or are we going to go to the streets?
I don't. You know what? I'm done. I made calls all night. Shionibus, what do you want? What at this point? what do you think is the best move? You're the ranger hunter. You're doing the thing you need to do here.
I mean, 3 of us. You said it was a blob. That could be what? 5, 10, 15, 20 of them?
I saw a handful when we were there before. It looked like at least a fist of them.
3 of us, we could take them out and at least get rid of one problem. Continue down the sewer, look for others.
Yeah, but I'm just going to put this one out there for you, Shionibus. We could start at a different blob than the one under Chance's casino.
Yeah, let him deal with that one.
He said he had it handled. I don't want to,
Yeah.
I mean, he said it wasn't a problem. So, I mean, if that's got to be one that we can knock out of the books right away, we could start with a different one.
Yeah, let's do that. Where's the closest sewer entrance that's not at the temple?
There are a handful strategically placed around. You, of course, remember seeing one near the statue of the important guy pointing and the fountain that Mush got a bath in. There's a sewer lid there. There's a few sewer lids scattered out. There was even one near the Ice Queen's mansion, just a little off the way, of course. You go every couple of city blocks in a district, you're probably going to find a sewer hole.
Right on. Do you two think it's best to go into the same one that you've already entered because you kind of already know where they're placed and whatnot?
Yeah, so the one that we saw was underneath the casino, and it reacted poorly to the noise that we made earlier. So I think if we start somewhere else instead of aggravating maybe 2 of them, it'd be best.
Yeah, that's it makes sense that they're not bothered by the sound because they party all night. Let's just find another one, get in, get out. Do it as quickly as possible.
Do we want to wait for the glue bombs and the rest of the party, or do you just want to go with gusto?
I don't think we have time.
Yeah, I think one less glue bomb. If we think we can do this, I'm with you guys.
All right. Out of character, everyone give me a survival check as you're tracking for the location, and we're going to cut back to Ilona and Rufa, who are talking to Isowo and Marinle Logorunun in his house.
Yay. Ilona is going to be drinking tea made out of passion flower because I don't know if anyone knows this, but passion flower is really great for reducing anxiety and inflammation and great for burn wounds. Anyway, so
all true.
All very true.
Did you give some to Rufa? Wait, who got burned in the last?
It was Rufa. So Ilona is going to try to persuade Isowo to let her have tea with the god in the weird room.
Okay. This is going to be a gnarly diplomacy check. Give me a very big diplomacy check to argue for that.
I will. I really hope. Hey, Rufa, can you aid me?
Sure.
Rufa, do you want to go talk to the god in the back room?
Not really, but he'll help Ilona out. He'll just enjoy the music.
Rufa's just chilling. All right. Well, it's not the worst, but it's not.
I got 25.
Oh!
Okay. So you got 25. And what was yours, Ilona?
I got a 17.
You got a 17 and a 25.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're talking to Isowo, and you're trying to convince him to let you see the god that lives in the back of his house. He eventually kind of nods and he says, I have a feeling that you are not going to leave unless you meet this god. Am I correct on this? Okay. I'll tell you what, you stay right here. I'll bring them out, okay?
Can I just say, I'm just imagining like Sidney's character, like a kid about to meet Santa.
All right.
Just saying.
Okay, so he walks. You hear him like he takes out this gigantic ring of keys, finds a key, puts it in the back door, click click, opens it up. He looks in. He goes, right room. Goes inside, closes the door. A few minutes pass. You can hear what sounds like a little bit of whispering. And then eventually the door opens up again. And Isowo steps back out. However, now his eyes are glowing with this gold light. And as they glow with the gold light, you can actually see, like, in the light, like, you know, sometimes you see dust in the sunbeams of a day. You see gold caught in the beams of light within the eyes that are beaming light. You see this new gem kind of in the center of his eye, and the gem kind of rolls and a third eye pops out from that. You see this amazing series of jewels coming all across his skin and down his body. He's still wearing his same clothes. His hair is still the exact same way, but now there's literally this aura pulsating off of him. He walks with this unearthly grace and calm. He sits into his chair like time doesn't exist. And as he puts up a figure forward and leans back, you hear two voices now tumble out of his throat. And he says, hello, we are the Ori of the Orisha of Tuzuku.
Am I there?
Yeah, unless you left. I don't know why you would leave before this.
Well, I'm just curious.
Yeah, I don't know why we left either.
We done goofed, Ian.
Yeah, we did. We done goofed.
You're stuck in the pea water maze, or the poop water maze, and there
it's a crick.
A crick. Oh shucks, I'm just plumb sorry.
Rufa sees this and then takes a teapot. Tea?
I'm sorry, say it again.
I said Rufa sees this, takes the teapot, kind of about to pour, and just asks, tea?
He says, of course, we would love tea. You see he moves one arm, and this golden arm is still kind of hanging in the center. He picks up the tea, meets the golden arm, and then reaches out for some tea. He takes it from you, and he sips it, puts the tea back down. Now, I imagine that you have lots of questions, and I have as many answers as Olorun will give me.
Can I do a religion check so chat gets backstory on what this
Go right ahead, do a religion check. Also, this man's an open book, so you can probably just talk to this guy at length about all this stuff.
That's really good because I rolled a 3.
You do have a hero point. You do have hero points.
I have a hero point. I already used one.
And I was also wondering if I could, is there any occult type element associated with this?
I'm going to say this is heavily religious.
Okay.
In fact, this is the religion. So, yeah.
Can I just roll a raw religion, that, like, I guess wisdom in my case?
Yeah, go right ahead. And Alona, what was that?
I was a 16.
Okay. All right.
I got a 15.
Okay. So you guys are at, well, first of all, what's your question to Isowo and Ori?
Oh, where do I start? Okay. Well, how are you able to exist in a mortal form without destroying it?
So the form leans back and smiles and he says, because I love him. I wouldn't have chosen him to be my vessel if I didn't love him enough to work together with him. You see, where I come from, Tezuku, we are one part of three great families. Tezuku, Maikanen, and of course Nubian, as your lovely friend exhibits with her grace, despite a long history of pain. And in Tezuku, we believe in the Orisa, the spirits, the saints, the gods that came from Olorun, who gave life to all creation. And where we come from, well, we Orisa walk with you always. Sometimes we heal the sick and dying as Babalu Aye tries to remove disease from you or helps you heal a wound. But the problem is, we have such big hands and you are such little ants, and we don't wish to crush you. And sometimes to make that easier, we open ourselves to you and we fill you with our spirit and our power. We grant you the right to hold us in your arms like you would an idea. And we help you do the things that you need to do in our name. Usually we choose you. Sometimes you impress us so much, we have no one else to choose. I remember my brother Ogorun, the god of war, he and steel and dogs, and he likes a lot of things. He was supposed to inhabit this woman. She was a fierce warrior, so strong in combat, so mighty in spirit, and she turned him down. Not very common for a mortal woman to turn down, or any mortal at all, to turn down a god. I remember I was there that day in Isowo before I gave him the house of many. And she turned down Ogorun. And her brother was furious with her. And she said, I'm sorry. I worship many gods and I love this one, but I have other things to do and other people to be. It was very respectful. And then her brother made the plea. And Ogorun respected his strength and valor. He too was a very talented warrior. And Ogorun gave his blessing. And now, I haven't seen that man since then. But from what I've heard, he has left Tezuku, much like me. But he is traveling. We call him, well, in your language, he is known as the chain breaker. He's got a very strong personality, as does his sister. I think it's a family trait.
So the people you choose are like your champions.
Yes, if that makes sense in a cultural aspect. Now, champion in our home is kind of a loose word because everyone in Tezuku is a warrior. They could be a warrior of magic. They could be a warrior of poetry, a warrior of farming, or a warrior of the Orisha. We bless them all as we see fit, and then we stay with them and empower them. And there's about 400 of us. So understand, there's a lot of Orishans in this world empowering Tezuku. And we find the next body. We make sure that there's always a powerful protector of Tezuku. Although Olorun, great as he is, father of all, he does not like to take a body. He's still kind of tired from, making everything. You're welcome, by the way. It's just a dumb joke. He's very tired. So he usually likes to give blessings to his son, who then embodies the king or queen of our nation at the time.
So who's the king and queen of your nation now?
Oh, I haven't been back in quite some time. Last time I was there, I want to say it was King Tezuku the 17th, but that's a family name. I don't remember their name before coronation. It might be his sister. I believe his sister was next in line.
So what's your domain? What are you the Orisa of?
I am the Ori. I am the peak pinnacle of human consciousness. I am what's in all of us. I am the mind. I'm the head. I am wisdom, patience, love. I'm whatever a human can be as best as it can be. And then Isowo kind of almost moves through this golden shadow and says, I always wanted to be the smartest man in the room and the nicest host I could possibly be. And I remember I was having tea with Ori and we decided to go into business together as just making the world a little better. One cup of tea at a time. And then he moves back into Ori and the Ori's like, so it made sense.
So, have you met any of the other gods like mine?
Yes and no. Rufa.
I just want to say, Rufa just kind of muses out loud. A business partnership. That's it.
He kind of chuckles. He goes, business in a sense. Business always in a sense. Never, money is the least of our concerns. But to knowing the other gods, well, they're like neighbors. We're aware of them. Sometimes we'll wave across the street, but we don't share dinner at the table.
I see. I have so many questions, but I don't want to take up too much of your time because I do realize that it is precious.
All time is precious, yeah.
I was wondering if you perhaps had any insight on things that were to come or things that have been.
I have learned that when talking to children of gods such as yourselves, children of intent and mortal beings, and some even those who can die but are not immortal, or that are not mortal, the best I can do is give advice and give warning. To tell you what to do is to take away a lot. So, simply put this. Prepare for the worst. Whatever you think is bad, it'll get worse. There's a great darkness coming. Greater than this war. Greater than these enemies, because these are enemies of the flesh and bone. But one day soon in the eyes of gods, you will have to fight something truly terrific and divine. And you're not going to like what's left of you when you do it.
Sounds about right.
So, until then, sit, drink tea, wait for this one's daughter to finish the glue bombs, and save Adolphon, because when Armageddon comes, we're going to need one more city to fight it.
As always, Ward. Ward never changes.
Out of character, I see what you did there. In character, Odori and Isowo are going to go, you want to know what's funny about all the pantheons? There's always a god of war. Sometimes multiple. Kind of says a lot about mortals, doesn't it? There's only one god of love. But there's always multiple gods of destruction.
Wow.
Food for thought. I'm sorry to be so depressing. Sometimes the truth is a little sad, but please, let's have some tea. Let's listen to some music. Let's discuss poetry and politics. And when you're ready for the glue bombs, I'm sure the daughter will make them very, very well. She's very good at it. If she wasn't such a staunch goblin scientist, she might even get an Orisha herself one day.
You know the great thing about gods, though? The god of love is so powerful, you only need one.
Now here's the question, though. What kind of love? Because sometimes you get sexy gods, and that's when everything just falls out the plate. It all just comes crumbling down. I'm sorry, a little bit of light humor. I'm trying to lighten the mood. I apologize for the dourness.
I appreciate it. Thank you for taking the time to come and talk to us.
Thank you for, I guess, being patient with a god who doesn't stop talking. What can I say? I'm the peak of human everything, not the peak of human quiet.
Alona is going to sip her passion flower tea and try not to sink into doom. Alona's going to sip her tea and sort of ponder everything that was just dropped like a microphone. And she's just gonna mentally pray and say, "Ooh, wow! I really hope really hope I can get done what I'm supposed to get done before that day comes.
Isowo kind of stands up, and so does the Ori with him, and the Ori speaks out and says, have faith that you will. You may not like or know the form it takes, but have faith that Afra chose you for a good reason. And if not, well, as an Ori, maybe I can help. That's what I'm here for. Balance, healing, peace. There's an energy about the Ori, part of the Orisa. We're here to help. Again, you may not like the form it takes, but ultimately we're here.
Thank you.
Now, if you excuse me, I'm going to go hide because it feels kind of weird to be doing this. Just going to go back to my room.
Okay, bye. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. The two walk to the room. There's a few minutes. You hear some whispering. Isowo comes back out. He goes, I wish I could have given you more details about the Ori, but it's a lot of cultural things to explain, and I know you have a glue bomb to throw. Hold on. Each goes through his ring of keys, finds one, opens a door. No, wrong one. There we go. Marinle Lukurunun, how's the bomb going? You see the little girl come with this giant crates. I've made 5. Oh, there you go. Isn't it great? Everything just works out sometimes. Now, so I'm going to have some tea. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Oh, no. You have been such a gracious host. We thank you and your lovely daughter for such a great time and all the help. Good.
Well, take your glue bombs, I suppose, and have a nice night. And if you ever want to come back, just try to find my door. I don't know where you'll find it, but if you can find it, I'll be there.
Amazing. Hey, Rufa, can you take a mental picture of what his door looks like?
Remember, out of character, what I described to Shionibus, the interesting, colorful geometric design?
Thank you.
That kind of stands out a lot. I'm just going to, that's a gimme. That's a GM gimme.
Yeah.
Cool. I appreciate it.
Oh, my pleasure. So, cut to the sewers. And again, sorry to keep you guys out of that moment. I apologize.
It's all good.
Yeah, we made our choice.
Good. Hey, it's okay. No, everyone's going to meet some god or another. There's hundreds of thousands of them. Maybe you like the ones you meet. Who knows? Maybe you won't. So, what are those survival checks or perception checks for search?
I'm really happy I left my dice face up. I got so enthralled with what the conversation was. I totally forgot I rolled. 25.
25. Very good.
Check.
All right, that's very good. Kaylee.
24 for survival.
Damn. Morale didn't suck either. Okay, cool. So you're down in the sewers for a good chunk of time. You're even kind of making a map of all the places you're going. And you do finally find a much smaller, but you do find another Bloblin, aka a house munculi, in the sewer. It's got a different color and shape and texture, so you can tell it's newer. It's not quite hard, not quite big. It's not undulating with this kind of pustule, kind of gooey body. And you can see that there are a few goblins sleeping in it. And what I mean by sleeping in it, their awkward bulbous heads are inside and their feet are out, and that's them sleeping. Good.
This seems like we should probably start this shindig since it seems so easy.
Let's go.
Kind of a blob. I think making our way down. I think Woodward is probably going to start with one of his spells. If he has the chance, and just kind of open things up.
All right. Shionibus, looks like you also have the opportunity to prepare something or add to this surprise. What are you going to do?
She is going to stay back and just dock an arrow and just hold.
Okay. All right. So, Ian, by all means, open the gates of battle.
I remember that Beautiful.
Thank
I
you.
remember that we spoke about flame being their kind of weakness, or starting off with that. So I'm going to use produce flame for a hit.
That works.
Ooh, that's could be rough. What is my 6? Oh no, actually that's not bad at all. 18 to hit.
18 to hit. That's great. Yeah, that's definitely gonna hit.
Awesome. And we have it is 5 damage total.
Okay. So as you basically describe to me you casting this spell.
I think Woodward is. I think he's making his way down the tunnel, and he warns Shionibus and everything. It's not in sort of the cool and calm manner that a military person would have, that whole hand signal thing. He turns around and he's like, the whole thing of like, look over there. And then he tries to like mimic fire, then like throw it at him. And he starts by summoning this fireball or whatever produced. I don't want to use the term fireball, but summoning a flame, and then throws it into the Bloblin.
All right, the Boblin of Goblins. So you do 5 damage. Once the fire hits, you see the goblin laying there, and all of a sudden it goes poof, and it goes ah, 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 and you see its limbs flailing. Its bulbous head is caught in the house munculus, and the fire kind of catches it on its stomach and quickly catches fire on the house munculus. This thing goes up like someone's lit a match with another match. It is ablaze.
Oh.
And now I need initiatives.
Nice.
Ah,
Some experience points.
Are we going with a standard perception for this one?
Perception, if you are doing anything else, you know what? I'll let you have an Arcana check because you casted a spell. You cast a spell?
Nope. I'm going to... can I go with perception, or do you want me to do with Arcana?
I'll say because you used a spell to open fighting. How about nature? Because you're a druid.
Okay, great. That's a much better answer.
While you're
I
doing
got a 15.
Oh, got a 15. Excellent. So sorry about that. Woodward got a 15. Shionibus, what was yours?
Nat 1.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Hero point? Hero point?
I'm going to save my hero point in case I end up dying. Because, PJ does that a lot to me.
Hey, not just to you. Also, this girl named Shionibus, I know. I kill her a lot, too.
Yeah.
So the Gobs got their initiative. Not great. Morel, pretty decent. Okay.
Oh, yeah, Morel's with us.
Yeah.
Great. Good.
So the minute the fire goes off, Morel just kind of back to work, throws his shield armor up and starts running in. He runs in, so he uses his move action to basically make the front line. He tries to demoralize them all with a battle cry. And true to his nature, he's too awkward and there's too much fire, so it comes off kind of weird where it's like, that's right, you burning pose. And with that, he uses his last action to raise a shield. And behind the shield, you can just kind of see him whispering something to himself, which I will give you a bonus action or a free action to make a perception check to hear what he's whispering to himself.
Let the people know. 21.
21. What was your Shonibus?
12.
12? Okay. So you can only hear he's speaking and kind of, sometimes when you're bilingual, you kind of make a sentence out of both languages sometimes. So you can kind of hear he's speaking in 2 languages. One is Akkadian and one is Common. If you know Akkadian, you know the whole thing. Woodward, you can't, unless you know Acadian, you do know the party says in common, which is, thankfully, Alona wasn't here. So, and then he's kind of, thankfully she wasn't here to hear that. And he's still squared up and ready to fight. That being said, Morel has taken his turn. He has established a front line and a shield wall of 1. Next up are the goblins. The goblins all use an action to break out of the house, the house Munculus, except for the one on fire who rolled a 3. And he's trying to get out. His awkward, the best way I can describe it, Kermit the Frog limbs are flailing with no informed intelligence or no logical pattern. It's almost like all of his limbs are trying to escape in every direction, and then coming back to talk as a group about how to best escape in every direction. The other 5 suddenly pop out like ants popping out of an anthill, and they square up and they're just, and they run to Morel. 2 actions, and with 1 action each, they are going to attack Morel, whose AC is a lot higher. Thank God for the shield. Let's see here. They're using their natural weapons, so they won't be getting much. That will miss. 1 miss. 2 miss. 1 hit. 2 hits. So, as they claw. Okay, he's going to take 7 damage. Morel is not looking happy as these 2 get some really nasty cheap shots in on the back of his calf and his upper left thigh. He's trying to kind of get the shield up to block, but it's just not, he's not able to get there in time. They're too small. Shionbis, your turn.
Seeing them charge Morel, she's going to, well, she's already docked an arrow and whatnot, so she's going to fire.
Okay.
Tell me now, dice.
Fire away.
We're going to use a hero point. I'm done.
Do it.
That's 4 dice in dice jail.
Do you have any D20s left?
I got 3 left.
God bless.
Better. Okay. That's an 18 to hit. Or no. That is like a 32 to hit.
Okay. 32 to hit will hit. 32 to hit? That's a critical hit.
Nice.
Okay, that is 2d8s, d10. Where's my d10?
Oh my God, I want to hear this number.
Plus a d4 because it's on my first round.
Smoke 'em.
That's 20 points of damage.
There it is. That's what you were waiting for. So you're just cooling it all night.
I
You're
love,
See?
and I'm here.
I love
It's
how
always for my fighting.
all night long, crit fail, crit fail, crit fail. Okay, so I haven't gotten to say this in I don't know how many episodes. Shionibis, tell me the tale.
With like a big, just like, shoots at the one on. Are they like flanking him on the left and right?
Yeah.
She's gonna go for the one on the left and just like, all I can do is fight. I can't do anything else. And then just like fire.
All right. So as you have this moment to yourself, like, God, the only thing I'm good for is killing people. I just don't understand. So you do this bow. As you release the bow, you see the goblin like trying to get a grab on his ankle as you can start like gnawing it. And the minute the claw hits, the arrow hits him with such force, you hear this snap of his neck as the skin actually peels half of his head this side, and the arrow exits the other end as the goblin goes, Kah! Eyes massive, like Lilo and Stitch looking eyeballs and big razor sharp teeth. And then just kind of like falls down dead. How many actions do you have left, Shionibis?
2.
Yeah.
Murder them all.
Yeah, the hurt is on.
It's just been a real rough day. And she's like, this is how I de-stress.
Murdering goblins.
We're going to go reload and shoot another one. Is that a what, -2, I believe? Penalties?
I believe so for the multi-attack, right? It's 2 and then the next round will be 4.
Oh, that's rough. Okay. Here we go.
Here we go.
That is a 21 to hit.
That'll hit, but it's not a crit.
Totally fine. That's 4 damage.
How many damage?
4.
Okay. The arrow sinks right into the meaty part of its round, oblongish body. You still have one more attack. It seems to be very alive and very angry and very confused and very hungry. You know, it's like, just why is life so hard?
If I throw a dagger instead, is that still taking -2 disadvantage?
Yes, it would be the -4 because the multi-attack stacks up.
That's right. All right, well then we're just going to fire another arrow. I feel like I have better accuracy with an arrow.
Probably, yeah.
That's a 13 to hit.
That will miss. Crazy enough, that'll miss. There may be easy targets, but they are small and fast. So the other arrow kind of, it's about to hit the same place, and then he kind of moves his frame, and you see it hit the ground and bounce off. Just shallow enough. That's the end of round 1. We had one completely murdered goblin. Let's see. Morel's surrounded by them, and it will be Morel at the top of the round. 1 second here. I have to mute something really fast. Morel is going to start striking. He drops his shield a bit. He throws a punch at the one that you've hurt. Oh, no. He crits. He's going to roll and attack another one. He critical fails. Wow. And I'm going to stop there before that gets worse. So, for the one that you shot, he does 18 damage. So the one that you hit with the arrow, Morel has got the shield up in front of him, boxing hook up high. He kind of looks and he says, "No fret, little man." And he ducks down and kind of goes through this right hook with as much speed as he has. And he crushes this thing with this right haymaker. You can see his body kind of whipping over his fist as the sound of bones break. And he says, "You are forgiven." And just cracks him. The goblin kind of has this moment where he completely envelops the fist, bounces back off, and flops to the ground. Then he turns around all cool with his shield. He's like, "Shield bash," and misses, goes way over, looks down, sees the goblin there going, "Hi." And then he just kind of goes, "Oh, you're disgusting," and puts his shield up again and kind of hunkers behind his shield. Woodward, your turn.
Okay. So with whoever's left, I think I'm going to use Electric Arc, which can target 1 or 2 creatures. I'm definitely going for the 2. Let's see if I hit. Ooh, that's an 18.
Ooh, 18 will hit.
Great. So 2 of them take. Oh man, really? 6 points of damage.
Okay, so you cast this. You're casting Electric Arc, right?
Yes.
For 6 damage. Okay. All right. I need you to tell me the tale.
Yes, Ian.
Great. Okay. I think Woodward. He saw firework, and he's hoping it's going to work on the rest of the Bloblin. And then you said something earlier, homunculus.
Homunculus, yeah.
Great. So, and then whatever's coming towards him, and I think he's going to focus on Morel first. He doesn't do it often, but he just kind of pulls his hands up into the sky and then throws his hands down. And in between his fingers, you see the static electricity of him moving through the air arc and start to become lightning. And it goes from one goblin point of its football head to the other goblin's point of its football head.
All right. And that electric arc just connects head to head. And this is going to get graphic. I apologize. They all stiffen up, and then you see their head kind of like having this intense focus. You can see their big, like, stitch eyeballs kind of start to melt in their sockets and drip as this weird chemical starts to kind of protrude from their mouth and bile starts to come out. And then finally, when they're done seizing, you can actually see their scorched skin sizzle and burn as liquid starts to pour out from their ears, and they drop down. They have been basically melted from the inside out because of lightning.
Gross.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I apologize for those at home, and I hope my warning was enough.
Next time I'll be like, it hits their feet.
Can I lightning them non-lethally?
Their toes are burned.
Their toes, their feelings are burned. Okay, so you guys have killed 4 out of including the Roman candle, 6. Do you have any actions left that you want to use, Ian?
Is there any of the goblins still up?
There is one goblin who has not been touched because y'all seem to be killing them left and right. And of course, there's the one on fire stuck in his little home.
Whoever's up, he's going to sick mush on him.
Yeah.
I got one action. I get to let him attack. He's going to run forward and this is something to look up later. Mush he can attack with his jaws and claws. But it says 1 action versus each. I believe animal companions get 2 actions per round.
I believe so. Yeah, they're not.
Okay, great. So it is 1 action of Woodwart's to tell him to be able to do 2 actions.
Correct.
Great. He's going to try to eviscerate this guy then. I don't know. 13 to hit.
13 will miss, unfortunately. Wait, which one? The one that's not on fire?
Yeah, the one that's not on fire.
Then that will miss.
Okay, and then he's going to go with his claws. Let's see how this goes. I think I got it. 18.
That will hit.
Great. And he gets his claws are D6. I got a 6 plus 2, which is 8 damage for his claws.
Okay. Now, I think this is the first time I've ever gotten to say these words in the 13 episodes of the show. Mush, tell me the tale.
Ooh. Okay. So that's exciting. I think Mush seeing the lightning arc and Woodward and him working so well together, he sees that the goblin behind the other 2, he kind of runs with the arc. He tries to follow it, basically because they're looking up at the lightning instead of looking down at him. And his first gash of his teeth, I should say, towards the goblin, it misses, but that's always the first thing everyone looks for, and he knows it. So he ends up coming up and swinging with both paws, and it may only for a goblin reach his thighs, but it's enough to take him out of the fight.
So as Mush does this amazing, bait and switch, this feint and haymaker strike, the goblin gets air as it spins, and you can see just its gross, ichory blood flying all over the place, and it spins and lands just lifeless as Mush got his first kill of the show.
Woo!
All right. Next up are the goblin. The one that's on fire in his home. Hold on. You did how much your first? It was 5?
5 damage.
All right, so the GM's going to tell you the tale. So as you completely just wreck house on these 5 goblins that have tried to overwhelm you, the other one's giant, stupid head is still stuck in his gross home, and he just keeps flailing to get out, and he keeps flailing to get out. and he can't quite figure out the proper angle to get his stupid head out, and eventually just kind of like has a few little spurts and then stops. And his feet kind of go stiff, and he stops again. And he burned to death in his house, which is still on fire. Congrats. You won.
Woo!
Yes.
I'll take it.
Oh, man.
The last kill is by idiocy.
So what we're going to do, because it's that special time of the night, is with a nice battle victory under our belt, we are going to end Edge of Legend here tonight with a nice little victory against 6 goblins under the sewers. So we learned that Marinle Logorunun is making a glue bomb. There's multiple house homunculi, or boblin, underneath the city of Adelfon, waiting for some sort of big attack to come. Senate's going to meet in the morning. Senator Sempris is a traitor, but also a little bird. And Isowo's god is the Ori, from the Orisha philosophy of balance and healing and the pinnacle of humanity. It's awesome. Look it up. It's a big philosophical thing that I did not have enough time to touch on. It's really cool. Look it up. I wish I could do better justice to the Ori, the concept of the Ori. But that being stated, we're going to end it here and see what craziness happens in episode 14 with the Senate meeting and the goblins everywhere and the glue bombs galore. Thank you so much for coming in. Let's do a quick round the table exit introduction, starting with Ian. Please tell us who you are and where we can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
My name's Ian, and on the interwebs, you can find me at Scoutmaster of the Troop on Twitch. I am taking friend requests, and you can also find me on Instagram by the same thing. I also run, if you want to check it out, a small shop with my girlfriend called Witch and Heathen. We make candles, and we're putting out new scents for the fall. So if you want to get ready for that nice fall time where you get to cozy up, come check us out.
All right. Very awesome. Sidney, please tell us more about you and where we can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
Sidney, I played Alona, of course, and you can find me at Sidney Rubino on Instagram and Twitter. You can also find me every Tuesday on my YouTube. I post fairy tales read by my original character, Sidney of Hightower, every Tuesday. And eventually I will be moving on to American folklore as well. So if that's something that interests you, turn into my YouTube page. It's just Sidney Rubino on YouTube.
Awesome. Next up, Mr. Michael Powell, tell us where we can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
Hello. I am Michael Powell, and you can find me all over the interwebs, mainly through my social medias, which are at Mr. Kapow. That's MRKAPAO, which is Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, and all that. Or my Facebook page, which is kind of my hub. It's facebook.com/Michael Powell does stuff, because I do a lot of stuff. And also, tomorrow I will be on Toyzilla Live on the Toyzilla Network on Twitch. It's a toy show, a nostalgia show. And later this month, I will be interviewing the voice actor for Donald Duck for the 65th anniversary of Disney.
I'm excited for that. Kylie, please tell us, of course, who you are and where we can find you.
Hi, I'm Kylie. I played Shionabis. There's a lot of information. You can find me at Kai's Wonderful Life on Instagram, TikTok. Thanks to Miss Sidney down below. I have some stuff coming up that should have already been up, but it's not because I'm lazy, but it's fine. Go check out Ian's shop. I just got a candle and I absolutely love it. So I really hope you guys like it too.
All right. I guess it just leaves little of me. My name is PJ. I'm everywhere at pj.megaw. You can find me everywhere. I'm not very big on Twitter, so sorry. Let's see. When I'm not doing this, Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, you can see me on the At the Table. Tuesday afternoons, 3:30 to 5:30 Pacific Standard Time. And we're bringing back a classic. If you guys remember a few years ago, I was in a show called Arcana High. Well, we're bringing it back, and the gang has gone out of high school, and they're now freshmen in college. So if you want to see me with elf ears, being a silver tongue smartass, come check us out. The show will be going back up live September 18th, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Fridays. And let's just have a bunch of crazy fun as people go to college and get weird. Yeah, so thank you so much for tuning in to episode 13, The Baker's Dozen. It was crazy. Shout out to everyone in the chat. You guys were amazing. The Bloblin and all the stuff you came up with.
Oh, yeah.
Was amazing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. Kiko
Simek, his empire.
Yeah, Rufus no work. Kiko Simek, I don't know if I got to see you in the chat before, but thanks for coming in tonight. You were really awesome. I saw the stuff you were saying in the chat. I loved it.
Yes. Thank you, Trigger Chant 89, for liking my water bottle. It's from the LA Haunted Hayride. I know I already said it, but the LA Haunted Hayride is great. You should go see it. Oh, you should go to the Haunted Hayride this year. Oh, oops. Forgot to plug that. Go see it.
Oh, yeah. And
Sidney, where is it?
It's in San Dimas.
That's actually near me.
San Dimas. Yeah. I'm sure they get that all the time. Oh, and before we log off for the night, I should say one little thing that's important only to today's episode and nothing else. Killing those goblins netted the heroes 100 experience, which means your heroes of Edge of Legend have finally hit level 2.
Finally!
There it is!
Oh, by the way, I almost forgot to plug something. Probably next week or the week after, I will be launching something really cool on my Facebook page. So, yeah.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to that. Make sure to bring it up also here next time when it's up there. So, yeah. So, your heroes are now at level 2. The city is besieged by goblin invaders, and orcs are soon to come, and glue bombs galore. Thank you so much for coming in, chat. You all were awesome, and we cannot wait to see you next week for episode 14. You guys have a terrific night.
Thanks, guys.
Love you.